Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Muser today. Today, we are continuing on with our ongoing campaign playing Jeff Talanian's very cool Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea with some pretty substantial house rules added, which we're using to play through the Ron Lundine's very cool The Dead Roads. And I made some modifications to this adventure, but this adventure was published by Paizo, and it is Module 1 for the Dead Tyrant's Grasp adventure path. And with me today, we're calling this campaign Beneath the Boneyard, even though the characters are technically out of the Boneyard at this point. But with me are the stars of the Beneath the Boneyard campaign. First up, in a reverse, a surprise change of order here. First up is Steve-O. Who are you? Who are you playing?
I am playing none other than Nargul, the Dampier Woodland Mage.
Nice. Next up is Arlen Walker.
Hi, I'm Arlen, and I am playing Sagramore, a Knight of Ozim, although he's not entirely sure what that means.
Steve, what you got there?
I got a little bit of the old good stuff, the old rangeland rye whiskey.
Very nice.
Nice.
You're showing both your...
Yeah.
Well, showing your both Canadian and your Stampede spirit there. Good for you. For those listening at home at the time of recording, it is the Calgary Stampede is off the races. So I really should have fucking run... what do you call it? Down darker trails tonight instead. Maybe next week. Next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Neorian, the Halfling Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had too much whiskey last night, so I am drinking water today.
Nice. And last but not least is Greg.
Hi all, I'm Greg. I am playing Larissa, the Dampier Berserker.
Nice. So, what you guys can picture is, well, actually, Larissa, this is the thing that is the most surprising for you, I think. You suddenly find yourself standing in the blasted ruins of your hometown, or at least the place you've been calling home. The name finally comes to you. It comes to you why you've been remembering the name, or why it's the name Roslar has sounded so familiar for so long. This is Roslar's coffer. This was your home. And I say was because in place of the 400 plus souls village that you used to live in, or town, I'm not sure what the cutoff is between Thorpe village and town. But what you see now is something akin to what we would recognize as the aftermath of like the Nagasaki bomb or the Hiroshima bomb. Everything has been devastated. There's only the barest of frames that are standing left, and apart from 3 other figures, there are no other signs of life here. And you kind of look and you see Neorian, Sagramore, and Nargul are standing there. That's kind of it. I'm picturing this happens sort of immediately. You guys look up, or the other 3, you've looked up and you saw Umble and Thoot, take off into the haze or the mist. And then you sort of turn and Larissa is there. And at this point, you guys are starting to notice when the changes are coming. You still don't know why, but you are recognizing that, okay, that was Vargosh a moment ago.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So, Larissa, what are you thinking here? You're standing kind of before what was the town hall. Now, the barest of frames of a building. The doors are shattered, the ground scorched, the roadways full of debris and detritus.
Well, I just sort of like take it all in. I'm looking around, and then I sort of walk up to them and I'm like, I feel like I've missed something.
You have.
And I'm just sort of like looking around. So how is it that we find ourselves here?
We traveled here. I don't know how you have found yourself here.
Can we see the walls of the boneyard behind us? Or is it
no.
all misty?
Well, you can see, if you mean like the graveyard that's on the map there, then yes. Yeah. And everything does have that same cast to it, that eerie gothic kind of thing where their trees are the arms of the trees are full of dead leaves, that what remains of the tufts of grass are all, they seem brittle and dry, but they don't seem to break. The trees themselves seem to move in an eerie kind of way, though it's completely still. But otherwise, I mean, you definitely recognize this as your home. And I think there was someone who you cared for a great deal here, but you cannot for the life of you remember who it was.
Because they are gone.
Yeah. You guys can remember. I mean, you guys remember, Granny Soft Blossom and Marvena and Isolde and Lamorak.
You wanted a reminder about coffee?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Why don't you guys talk a bit in character?
All right.
Give Larissa an idea of what's going on here. I'll be right back. Thank you.
So, two psychopomps who are shepherds of dead souls onto their great beyond. One named Umble and one named Thoot. And Thoot doesn't talk, but he looks pretty scary. And Umble talks a little too much. They told us about how this town, Roslar's Coffer, was full of dead who did not believe in their condition, and so therefore were not passing on to the next stage. So we came to Roslar's Coffer, and it turns out that we're all from here, and all of us have loved ones who lived here and who are here no longer, because everybody in Roslar's Coffer has now passed on because we succeeded.
Because we succeeded.
We succeeded in convincing them that they're actually dead, and so they went with the psychopomps onto their eternal reward, or whatever we want to put it.
And you're sure we're not one of those?
Well, we offered to go with the
passed on.
psychopomps, and the psychopomps in the form of the GM basically said, "Don't you want to find out who did this to Roslar's Coffer?" And so we are on the path of vengeance now.
Oh, I'm good with that.
Yeah, but we need.
I'm all about the vengeance.
We need. So there's a whole bureaucracy to the afterlife, it turns out, and so we need each of the bureaucrats to stamp us. And there are 3 stamps that we need, and I can't remember which one we're going to first. Are we going to the scriptorium? Yes.
Yeah.
So there is the Palace of Teeth, which is a palace full of tooth fairies. There's Nine Eves Manor, which has a psychopomp that does like puzzles and games and mind messy stuff. And Salagar's Scriptorium. And there are scribes there, and we're going to have to do some dexterous labor, presumably, to convince them to give us the stamp. Or maybe we fight them. Who knows?
We don't know.
Yeah, just, roll up, swords out. All right, guys, time to give us the stamp.
Break all their pencils.
Exactly. Put those nerds in their place.
Jeez. Okay, so then, what you guys, what the Umble and Thoot had suggested was to take an evening to rest as well too, because travel on the dead roads is can be treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. So we were going to follow that advice.
yeah.
And take a day.
And
rest.
we heal and refresh now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you should be at full hit points. Any of your daily abilities and whatnot will be back.
Oh, not at full hit points. At 22 out of 24.
Oh, had you used your lay on hands today?
No, I guess not. I could do that on myself. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think you used your lay on hands after Umble and Thoot refreshed your sort of abilities, right?
No. So yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, full.
Okay, perfect. So everyone's got their full complement of a compliment. I'm fucking making up words here. Full complement of what do you call it? Of abilities and spells and whatnot. And Steve has now, Nargol has ventured into the range of second level spells. So, oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Our enemies are
out.
in for some serious problems.
Yeah, we know who's tanking
Right.
now. So that's good.
We don't.
Get ready.
We don't need. We don't need to change our characters from last time.
Unless you gained a level, which I don't think you did.
I just hit second level last time we played.
Yeah. Okay. So then, no, you're
Okay.
fine. Yeah. Otherwise, everything else will remain the same. Okay. So, guys, you have an opportunity to sort of plan here. I think you guys put in chat some of the information that you were learning about the different places. As well,
Dave
too.
typed out, and then I can.
Oh, your own notes too.
I have my own notes as well. I will put those in chat also just to share.
Okay. Yeah. And then what you had picked up there, Nargol, was that remember that the pixies, they're not native to the Boneyard. So you're not sure what the hell the deal is with tooth fairies, taking control over that place. So, all right. So the evening, I'm assuming you guys are taking standard watch kind of procedure here.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Oops. Come here, you. Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay. All right. Then the evening passes, or at least, the evening, your time resting passes uneventfully. Through the entire time, that giant, ghoulish, hanging moon does not move at all. And the mist continues to hang, and there's that deathly silence. Every time one of you who's catching, a couple of sleep, or a couple of Z's, every time one of you shifts in place, the creaking sounds, it sounds like a hammer falling. It's incredibly loud. Neorian, you may be the exception to that because you're just quite stealthy in general.
Yeah.
Unless you're being a jerk, in which case...
No, I'm trying to let them sleep.
I'll keep watch.
What's that? That's my chainsaw. What are you doing with that? Driving it?
Okay, so then, guys, what do you want to do then? Or is there anything you want to do before you hit the dead roads? You start traveling.
Doesn't look like there's any losers we could hire to take the fall for us. So I guess we'll just have to venture out.
Okay. Yeah, that is actually something that's awesome. Is getting hirelings in this game is a lot easier than in Pathfinder, but they don't really assume you're going to do that. So just because they assume that does not mean that you guys will not be able to do that, though. Just not. Maybe you'll have to see who you meet, I guess. All right. So, guys, you begin traveling the dead roads, and as soon as you leave town, what do you remember about Umble and Thoot? What they told you about the dead roads, the actual roads themselves?
Just that there was a dangerous place? I don't remember what they said about the road itself.
Something about you have to stay on the path, otherwise you might get teleported or fall the wrong direction or something. Stay on the path was part of it.
Yeah, because they said they found delicious So some other guy, they found his delicious fingers
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, and that was all. So we're trying to find the illustration here. One of the very last hardback book that Pathfinder put out for first edition was the Planar Adventures Handbook, which I imagine did not sell super well. But this is their illustration of what the Boneyard looks like. I should have saved it. I love that. Okay. I also wish there was a little more. There we go. A little more consistency between the adventure or a little more communication, because the adventure makes the way that they describe the Boneyard in the adventure is not the way it's described in the Planar Handbook. So feels like maybe they had their eye on something else, and this kind of fell through the editorial cracks, which really does make it feel like an old school thing where you'll get one product that says, this is the way things are. And then you'll get another product that's like, this is the way things are. And you can decide for yourself how you want it to go. For this one, though, basically you can picture it's very much like what you see there on the screen. There are big, stands of trees that then quickly, very quickly disappear into thick, impenetrable fog. And there is that one sort of passage that leads along. Go ahead, Arlen.
We are still, or at least I am still on the city map, not on the Gothic Dead Roads. There we go.
There we go.
Looks like that.
Kev, I want to see what you see. All right. Okay, so tell me about your marching order, guys. You can probably go 2 abreast here if you wanted to.
Yeah, we would probably do that then. I don't see the reason to walk single file. We're not school children.
Okay.
Not hiding our numbers.
Yeah. Who's in the front rank then?
Presumably Larissa and Sagramore, right?
Okay. Leaving that lovely, undefended flank. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Nargol's got it. What am I talking about? Nargol's got 2nd level spells now.
Yeah, I dare the bad guys to come from that direction.
Oh, yeah, right. So even though you only know the one, Steve-O, remember, you can cast 2 because of your intelligence.
Right.
Pretty awesome. All right. So you guys are traveling along. Let's see here. Greg's been missed the last session. So, Greg, you are getting to roll initiative. And let's have roll randomly. It's here. 1, 2, 3. Jeff, you're rolling surprise. Give me a D6 roll, please.
Beauty. I got it.
Not surprised. Good. Okay, so then what you guys can see is from yes. Excellent. I forgot. I've got the encounter distance. So one of the things that I want to house rule as well is encounter distance. Encounter distance in Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea has at default 2 different ones, one for inside, one for outside. And I actually like the idea that there's using something that is keyed to the actual terrain rather than just rolling the same distance. This is partly because Brent was bitching about the every encounter being like, well, they're 1 move away. Why do they keep getting in on me? It's a reasonable question.
It is.
Okay. So this is, you don't see them, unfortunately, until they're about 70 feet in front of you. And it's 2 relatively tall and thin travelers wearing long gray robes that they've got over them. And they're sort of going, it's like a shawl almost that they've pulled over themselves. They'd probably they're shorter than Sagramore or Larissa, certainly, but they probably stand about maybe 6'1". But you can see from both of the travelers, there are these slender ears that are poking out from within them. And they seem to be making their way along towards you. And they look up and you can't see their faces. You can see kind of the bottom of their chin, I guess. They're humanoid. They're dressed in drab, kind of gray colors. They're walking barefoot. They seem to have open sores on their legs, and their skin is chalk white. And they look up at you guys. And what are you? Those of you in the lead, Sagamor's got, I think, the highest charisma here, so that might be the one that you want to. Who does the talking here? What do you guys do? Do you have weapons out? Do you draw weapons? What happens here?
Well, sword in sheath, I'm going to hold up a fist to halt and then step forward and say, travelers, fellow travelers on the road, where do you come from?
They look up and they actually, hold on. I want to make a roll first. Your charisma is a 16, right?
It is.
Okay.
I'm going to use the shadow of Sagamore to step behind him and draw my bastard sword.
You're so tall. I'm not sure that will go unseen. Let's see here. Yeah, that's shing. Remember, there's no wind. There's nothing really to, hide the sound of that thing being drawn.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Niorian's not too concerned. He doesn't like the open sores that you mentioned.
Sagamore, would you give me a 2d10 roll, please? Actually, a 2d10 plus 5.
14.
Okay. So they say, so you asked where they were coming from, or did you ask where they're going?
I just asked where they're coming from. I'm going to ask where they're going next.
Elsewhere in the Boneyard, travelers, you are strange on these roads. They've got a bit of a strange accent to their voice as well too. Where do you come from? What business have you on Pharasma's roads?
Well, we come from Roslar's coffer, and we're heading to Salagar's scriptorium.
You are not one of the dead? They've got very, very white teeth.
I'm thinking that's a little dampier-y.
I will use my detect undead on them if they're in range.
Okay. How does that look for you?
On living senses?
Yeah.
I just think that.
Does it say that you cast the spell? I can't remember how I phrased it.
No, it just says detect undead once per day.
Yeah, these are undead.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, they're not actually. No.
They're confused about their own existence.
That's right.
Yeah.
How about detect evil on them? I think I'm going to do that.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so you flare out. Oh yes, they have evil intent. And actually, as the light comes down, they say, "Such things don't belong on these roads." But you smell it, and you can see there's a bit of like blood-filled saliva that kind of runs down their the lips and along the chin of the one, and the other one it's like collecting on the bottom of its chin and then dripping down. But you smell so good. We're not greedy though.
Shing.
Give us that small one, and you can go.
Absolutely not, creatures of darkness. You know what this means? This means that what I do is kill bad things. And I'm pointing at the tabard.
That means you know not where you find yourself. We would have been satisfied with the plump small one. but we'll eat all of you. A fine, fine meal. Would everyone kindly declare their actions? And then, Greg, once you see my, once I hold up my result, then roll for initiative. Let's see here. Boom. Okay, and let me see here. Maybe.
They're at 70, you said?
70 feet. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll, do I have a road map set up here already? I do not. Okay, so give me 2 seconds here. I'll set one up just because I like the tactical maps. And I think I've got actually one that I can use already. Okay. So you guys aren't going to give up Neorian? I mean, it's a small bite, you know. They won't eat much. I'm sure it won't hurt much, Neorian.
Yeah, right.
Okay. No. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. I couldn't remember the name of the. I purchased one of these things. Oh, perfect. Look at this, guys. That's great. It's great. Here's one of the upsides to having so many games run in the same, or so many campaigns run in the same game, is that once I set one of these things up in one of the games, it's available for all of them. That's awesome. Multitasking. Multitask. Oop. Map layer. All right, guys. Here we go. Let me bring you over here. Okay, now before I bring you over there, last chance to turn over the halfling. No? Okay, well, I suppose we're going to have to do a fight then.
We'll take a look, but it doesn't say anything.
Now, I did not, because it's a random encounter. Let's see. If I can get a picture here. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeesh. It's creepy. So let me show you what awaits underneath, guys. Because this is grand. So first up, this is what the first of the travelers looks like. Just give us the halfling.
And it's not undead.
20, 30,
It looks
40.
surprisingly closer to death than to life.
Yeah. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. My estimate might be off a scooch. No, it's one of these lovely Pathfinder creatures. That's why I was like, oh, for sure it's undead. And then I looked, I'm like, nope.
Nope.
Okay, we got move. So the only person who hasn't, Nargle, you haven't declared your actions, bud.
I am going to magic.
I guess the magic, yeah, that's it, because you can't move afterwards. So, Greg, beat my one.
Oh, I don't know.
Nice. Okay.
Don't want to use too many resources all at once. So.
Nice. All right. Oh, you guys should be in the lead here. Boom, 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 boom. Oops, boom. There we go. All right. So first up is melee. No, none of you guys have melee. None of them have melee. Next up is missile. Neorian, what do you want to do?
Shoot.
Oh, we just lost Greg.
Yeah, it backed me out to the login screen for some reason.
It's weird.
There we go.
Let's see.
There we go.
I'm pretty sure I can shoot 70. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 70 is within your short range.
Oh,
What do you
no,
got?
actually, it's 60. So it's medium range. So
Medium
it's
range.
-1.
Okay, so minus 2.
Oh, -2. Okay. Pew. Oh, that's a terrible shot.
Okay, you shoot, and they seem to like they're going to be moving forward, and yeah, your shot goes wild for whatever reason. Okay, so that was it for missile. Next up is magic. Nargol, you had some magic.
Oh, yeah. And what is going to happen? Nargol is going to. He is going to cast. Oh, wait, they're a long way away. Okay, I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on Sagamore.
Okay, so that is actually a touch spell, isn't it?
Okay. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have to move up and then cast it on him next round because you can't move and cast in the same round. Remember?
Okay. Right. That's cool. I can change it to move magic.
You can move in phase 1 and then magic in phase 2. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Except I'm gonna run out of touch because I'm gonna charge forward. But
Yeah.
it's all right.
Okay. So he's beginning to cast something, and yeah, you're gonna. Speaking of move, why don't you guys move? Anyone who's gonna move here.
So is our movement rate our movement for both turns?
No, remember it's for each phase, it's half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like if you have a 40-foot movement, can you move?
You have 45 movement?
40.
40, yeah. That means you can move 21st phase, 22nd phase.
Unless you're running.
Unless you're running, but
Right.
running has some specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm charging. So my move of 30, I can move 30 and then 30 again because I'm charging.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Oh, I forgot. Okay. So Larissa's got a move here as well, and then I'll go with the bad guys.
So if we run, we get to move double, right?
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
2, 3,
You lose
4,
your dex
5.
bonus to AC, and there's some other stuff that happens, but
Okay.
the big one is
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can run an attack in the same phase, right? Or is that what the charge is?
that's what the charge is
Okay.
that you can. The charge is basically a running attack.
Okay. All right. So their turn. See here.
Oh, and I'm a level 3.
You are.
When delivering a charge attack against an evil foe, the paladin gains a damage bonus equal to his level and experience.
Wow.
So
I'm gonna beat the
Equal
shit
to
out.
experience points.
there's
That would be
some
devastating.
combat move, and do you have to state this in initiative that when you move 40 feet, you get a like -2 to missile attacks? I don't remember what it's called anymore. There's one that's like evasion or something like that. That it's like one of the combat maneuvers.
Dodging?
No, I don't think so. It just said when you do more than 40 feet of movement in your turn.
Right,
gain-
you're not attacking. But the thing is, any of those maneuvers, you have the defensive ones. You can't attack with it.
Right.
Anything that gives you a bonus to your AC.
Right.
Oh, are you talking about the running dodge?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you move at least 40, you can basically run and only make the 20-foot move. But you get a bonus to your AC against
Do you know
It's
page?
zigging and zagging. I will find it real
It's like
quick.
280, I think, 280-ish.
Okay.
I think it's around the area where all those things are. Okay, so they've moved. They've gone back, but they're drawing out crossbows. Okay, then next up is
Running dodge is
end
running
of
dodge
the,
is 256.
Okay, there you go. End of the round or end of phase 1. Top of phase 2. No melee. No missile. Missile. It's them. Okay, let's see here. Let's do one on each of you guys. See what how far away you guys are. 80 and 90. Okay. So 80. Oh boy, puts it at still at medium range. Medium range. Okay, so you got -2 to hit. Sagamore, what is your AC?
My AC against missiles is 3, or no, I get +1 AC against evil
From
for being a paladin. So it is 2.
2. Wow.
Yeah.
And that's even though when you're charging?
Nope, that's not when I'm charging. You're right. Let me find charge. I lose the dex. If no dex, it's penalized by -1. So it's a 3.
3. Okay. Okay. So they. Okay. Fuck. So one shot goes off and it does hit you. You take 4 points of damage and DR will apply against that. And then Larissa, what is your AC?
3.
It's missile.
3.
That's when running 2?
Yeah. Because I don't suffer the running penalty, I don't think. As I don't have a dex bonus.
No, but you still take a -1 then.
You lose 1 AC.
Yeah, it's a minimum of -1.
Okay, so it's 4 then.
4. Okay, so that does miss. 2 of the shots, they go back and they're still like you can see drool coming down their faces. All right, then next up is magic. Now our goal, unfortunately, who you're going to cast on seems to have run out of your reach there.
Well, I can see that. You know what? Let's just move up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. He changes his mind. He doesn't cast a spell. He moves out.
Okay.
What's my movement is a 4, right?
I think on your.
I have 4.
Yeah, I think you move 4 on your turn. Okay. Then next up is move.
This is for turn 2?
Phase 2, yeah.
6.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, and you are immune to both diseases and poisons, Sagamore?
Definitely immune to natural diseases, but not unnatural diseases. And I don't think I'm immune to poison.
Okay, would you give me a death save, please?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so then on, so that's the end of turn 1. You guys have moved. Top of the round, this is round 2, so more favorable attack rates. Everybody declare your actions. Greg, you are still in charge of the initiative. Wait until I hold mine up to the camera. And until everyone declares their actions.
And I think that he did, so I will start.
Okay, charge. All right. Greg, beat my 6.
Take that.
Nice. All right. So first up is melee. Did no one declared melee? Okay. So Sagamore, I'm taking it when you say charge, you mean you're moving.
Yeah, I'm. If I'm not close enough to make contact, then it's a move and then a melee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
guys,
I will make that clear next time.
Oh no, that's okay. I that's what I assumed you did. Okay, I'm just going to move everyone down on the map because we're very quickly running on a map here.
Doing
Trying to move.
the Looney Tunes background shuffle.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so then on first up is that was melee. Then, sorry, what was that, Steve?
Can I change mine to move? I didn't see how far away I was.
Okay. All right. So then on there. Let's see here. Nothing on magic. Nothing on missile. So we go to move. You guys are up first. Has everyone moved?
Yeah.
Okay. What you see them do is as they reload their crossbows, they lick the end of their bolts. Yeah, it's lovely.
Hey, guys, stop that.
Okay.
Bolt lickers.
And they're spreading out a little bit. Okay, then it is phase 2. First up is melee, which is nobody. Then it is missile. Guess who's shooting again? So first up,
How far are they moving?
they're moving is precisely how much they're moving on the map.
Oh.
Okay, first one goes wild on you there, Sagamore. Second one hits on either Larissa. I need, hold on, what? Do you have any immunities to anything as a Dampier? I can't remember.
No.
No, okay, so then I need a death save from you, please.
I have +2 against disease. +2 against disease and poison.
Yes, you take that bonus.
Okay.
And you take 4 points of damage.
Death save?
Yes, please. Nice. Nice. Okay. Then it is...
The reason why I asked is because when you moved them, it scrolled the top of the screen. So I didn't actually see how far they moved.
It scrolled the... Oh, you moved it up so you can still see them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah. So are they moving like 4 squares?
Well, I mean, you can see the distance between where they were and where they are now, right? Yeah, you don't know. They're moving as much as they are. So it is... then that was missile. We're up to magic on first or second phase, which is nobody. Move on second phase. Go ahead, guys.
Man, I've been spoiled by the light armor dudes. Well, the barbarian in no armor, he moves 50. Can you believe Sagramore's jogging at a brisk 30?
8. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep running then. Running towards
she's
her.
getting up there. Getting closer. Nargul, were you going to move as well? And Neorian?
I move.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Remember, you can choose to run if you want to double the space. They seem to be all running.
Oh, like if you... I see. You can move twice that if you run.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, then
That's
I might
okay.
as well... Yeah, I might as well move 4 more.
What if you run?
Yeah, you can run. You can move your
Yeah, you
double.
can move double move if you...
Oh,
basically run.
okay.
Okay.
We were dumb. We were walking.
Not at all. You're like, wait, hold on. Where's everyone going?
How are you going
Those
so
short little
fast?
legs.
Yeah.
So that is the end of round 2. We're on to round 3. Everyone declare their actions. I'm just going to move you guys down a bit. We're once again on the Looney Tunes wheel here. Just these guys do seem to be wanting to run or fight a running battle. Let's see. Everyone declare their actions, and then cheapers. Wheeze. Nice.
Yorian is not an athlete.
Okay. Very nice. And next up, then we need to see Greg beat my 6 again.
Nope.
So first up is melee. And first thing they do is drop the crossbows. They draw out these vicious-looking, kind of like looks like crudely homemade, like Morning Star type things, and they come racing in with the Morning Star and their claws and a bite. So first off, the Morning Star swings it at you. There's no way that hits. You batter that aside with your. Is it a bastard sword you use?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you usually batter that aside. It tries to claw at you. That misses. And then tries to take a bite out of you. Misses as well. So you keep that sucker. You kind of kick him in the chest and it knocks him back. His ally then comes running in. Misses with the Morning Star. Misses with the claw, but then this tooth, he's trying to get a bite on your arm. Does not hit. You're able to keep both of them, and you can see this happen to Sagamore. They're bashing in there, and she's getting battered. They seem to be like leading with this, trying to get on top of them. And they're very, very quick too. And if you were to guess, I mean, they're from their features, they're not human. And I don't mean like they look sort of dead-ish. Like they look very similar to that, but they've got those long pointed ears. I mean, they're a species other than mankind. Okay, so then melee for our heroes. We got Larissa and we've got, I think, Sag.
They're just close enough that I can rush in.
Okay, so you take -2 then? Because you declared move, not melee?
Well, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So the either you or Sagamore can make your attacks. This is an
Well, do you want to wait, Arlen, and just do your full attack in the next round?
Oh, yeah, why don't I'll charge up to here, and then in phase 2, I'll charge in and get my full bonus.
Okay. Larissa.
Okay, I will attack the one in front of me.
Okay.
And
Oh gosh. That is clearly keeping these two things back is just, it's not giving you enough space to get a good swing off with your sword.
or I'm just totally inept. One of the two. One of the two.
Okay, so that is it for melee. Next up is move or missile. No, no magic. Move. I think Sagamore, you moved yourself up.
Yep,
So
I already moved.
Nargle, Neorian.
Yep.
Okay, and next up, melee. Now they won, which means they can disengage and move half their move. Now your turn, Sagamore. Go ahead.
All right. Get smited.
Right.
Nope. What is that? I'm going to use an Astonishing Fortune.
Oh, you have one extra one because you wrote a poem too.
Oh, yes. I can read the poem after.
Okay, yeah, you can read that after we finish the encounter here.
Damn it. Is that enough to hit?
That is not, no.
Okay, well then I'm going to use one more because I really want to get my paladin damage bonus.
Here we go.
Fuck!
You're not good enough.
Oh, okay.
Get a
Burning
bonus.
through all the Astonishing Fortune.
Is there any bonus to hit in addition to that?
There might be a bonus to hit for charging. That's correct.
No, bonus to damage from charging, I think.
Oh, is it just a bonus to damage? Okay. Nope,
Okay.
no bonus to hit. So yeah, that's another miss.
Okay. Oh, so you try and it's these things are very, very nimbile. Did I say nimbile?
You said
What the
nimbile. We're not sure what a nimbile is, but
Really? Okay, so next up is the missile. Anyone got missile? I don't think so.
I think so.
Neorian has got his hands on his knees.
Yeah.
Then it is move, I guess, or magic. No one's got magic declared. Move on second phase. Okay, Neorian, you want to move yourself up a little more too?
Yeah, I was just deciding exactly where I wanted.
Ooh, now remember that the everywhere off the roads is completely shrouded in mist.
Oh, it's not what it looks like. That's right.
No.
Oh, no, yeah, okay. I'm just
No,
looking
no.
at the map.
You can still go there. Like you're not
No,
prevented.
it's because I was looking at the map, not thinking about where we really are.
Maybe like for a second you start going off the side, and like as you see one of the stones roll down, you hear this from down there. You're like, no.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay. All right. I think that is the end of round 3, guys. Round 4. Now, Steve, wait. Yeah, you are now in charge of rolling initiative, but wait until you see me hold up the bad guys' initiative. Everyone declare their actions. Okay, we got Sagamore's hitting, Neorian's hitting, Larissa's hitting or shooting. Nargul is magicking. Who am I missing here? I'm missing.
This is my melee.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, got everybody. Steve, sorry, beat my 6.
What?
I know.
Sorry, Steve's got this.
Here comes Steve.
He will summon his dead man's luck. Bam!
So the initiative passes to Arlen, but first up, we have these things. All right. So first things first is they can move half of their thing from cautious. Hey, they see what you're trying to do there. And boom, boom. He scrambles back a bit, and then Larissa is trying here. Hits you. Nope, misses with the bastard sword, or the crude Morningstar. Hits with its claw. And you take 2 or 3 points of damage. And then it tries to bite you. It kind of pulls you in and hits.
Them AC is 2 now.
4 points of damage from that, and I need a death save, please.
Okay. So my AC is 2 now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I rolled 17.
Maybe I'll use my point.
Okay. So you yank back, and this thing takes a chunk out of your arm.
Okay.
And you can feel numbness beginning to spread up and down your arm, but it doesn't really take hold.
Okay.
The one that you are facing there, Sagramore, it is going to likewise brings that crude Morningstar down, bam, up against your shield. You block it, tries to claw at you, and does hit. You take 3 points of damage from that. DR will apply. And then it tries to bite. And bam, you clonk it with your shield, knocking its jaw aside. Good guys. You want to do some melee?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Is this the
This
this is the advantageous round, right?
It is the advantageous round.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I just went.
How
Wait,
dangerous
back
do you
around.
think these guys really are?
Well, if we can't hit them, they might be pretty dangerous.
Okay. Well, then my eyes will roll back in my head.
you know the best thing here is when she inevitably turns on you guys, she's faster than all of you. You got nowhere to run.
Yep.
Okay. So the guy in front of me, I like.
Oh, yeah, that hits. You slash into this, and this sick, like black coagulated blood sprays out of him. And he kind of staggers back, almost down. Do you want to follow through? Ooh, but miss. So you swing.
I get my third attack.
You do get your third attack, yeah.
Yeah.
That,
there you go.
yeah. So then you cut the head off. The head actually falls on the side of the road and then rolls off into the mist and drops to the ground.
And then
Your
I get
teeth-
to move half my move, right?
You do, yeah. Nice. Okay. Now it is. Sagamore's gone already. So I think that's it for melee. What about the missile? So Neorian.
Yep. All right. Do-do-do. Come on, roll something good. Oh, can't even roll over 10.
You want to know something bad news too? That shot's going to go off into the mist too. So that bolt ain't coming back.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay. So that is that shot is a miss.
You
Next
should
up,
have licked your bolt first.
yeah, really. Okay.
Venom.
Next up is magic. Nargol, what are you doing?
Nargul casteth enlargement upon Sagramore.
What? Love it. So we push you back here so we can make room. No truck.
Exactly. Nice.
So you are suddenly huge, Sagramore. And remind him, Steve, what does a large do for him?
enlargement lasts for 1 turn.
Okay.
And it increases damage by 50%. The size of organic matter is 1.5 times the size. Yes, and that is it.
Okay. So you do 50% more damage. Pretty awesome. All right. So then I think that is the end of phase 1, guys. Unless, yeah, everyone's gone. So top of phase 2. Let me mark our traveler here. Gray traveler is down. All right. Then it is, what do you call it? Top of the second round. So we've got melee, which is nobody. We've got missile, nobody. We've got, oh, actually during melee, sorry, hold on. He's going to move because he's going to get the F out of dodge. Oh, actually, hold on. I'll make a morale check. I think that I'm going to give a penalty to it because of the giant paladin in front of him right now. Yep, he's running. So he ducks underneath your swing and leaps off into the mist. You can barely see him right now. But that's where he's running. Okay. Then we're down to move. So what do you guys want to do?
All right. Larissa, do you want to roll?
Do I want to roll for what? I can still see him.
Well, you don't want to go after him, do you?
I have no choice.
Well, you can.
I have no
roll.
choice. I can't retreat. I can't fall back. I have to chase him.
I think it would be okay for you to attack the dead body. Because that's what it says that the berserker does. Is they attack the dead bodies.
Let's see what it says here.
Okay.
Like I'm not trying to kill a PC this way.
But yeah, it.
But there's nowhere else for it to go. I guess it's gonna.
Yep.
It's more familiar with these lands than what you guys are. Clearly. So let's see here. The berserker. Refusal to fall, refusal to surrender. Cannot yield, retreat, or withdraw from melee once the rage has begun. Neither can he take actions unrelated to damaging his foe immediately. Oh, so if he'd gone one more square, he would have got concealment and you wouldn't have seen him. But nope, you're going to...
Oh, I'm totally... Yeah.
Okay, if I see Larissa going, I'm going to follow.
Okay. So next up,
still with one. I've got like 1 foot back on the road to make sure that I'm, since I'm big now.
Yeah. Okay. So let's everybody declare actions. And Arlen, you'll be rolling initiative once everyone is. Once you've seen my dice roll, let's see here. Okay. Melee. So Nargul and Neorian, you got to declare your actions. Done. Look at Nargul going in for melee. My goodness. Okay. Arlen, beat my 3, please.
I got a 3.
Oh, tied. Now, who has a dexterity that is higher than 13?
I do.
You do, okay?
I'm at 12.
Okay. So then on melee, Larissa, you get to attack.
Okay.
First.
That's my first attack.
That is a miss. That is a hit, and he is dead. His body slumps down and rolls into the mist.
I use half my movement to get the freak back on the road, and then I have to roll my d8.
Actually, no, because that would be that's an action. You got to roll first, and then see whether you'll be still engaged with Sagramore. So
I can still move though as part of my melee though. Right?
Well, no, because the point is, if you go wrong, then you can't move freely anymore because you'll be opposed to me.
Yeah. So give us a D8 roll.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We're fine.
You're good? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was an 8 or a 1 where he goes berserk.
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay. So Larissa, what is it? What do you come staggering out and then what? Like fall to your knees?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been berserk that long, but I'm just sort of like panting.
Yeah. Okay. Phew. So, what are you guys going to do? It appears that those were the only people you have met thus far.
Let's get back on the road.
Yeah, that's a great plan. Get back on the road.
And get back to normal size.
Pew, 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 pew.
And Larissa, you're looking a little beat up. Why don't I lay on hands, give you some hit points back?
Sure.
So you will get 6 back.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Now,
Oh,
Neorian.
So how do the temporary hit points work? Do they heal me when the rage wears off?
You would have taken that damage first.
Right, but I raged after I took damage. Then I got temporary hit points.
No.
So the temporary hit points, just when they disappear, you
nothing
go back
for you,
to
yeah.
1. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Neorian, being the keen scavenger that you are, and noting that they were using crossbows as well, you can recover 8 bolts from that one headless corpse that's on the road there.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Puts me back to 24.
Nice. And there is a kind of gross, like reddish black gunk that's slathered on the tips of each of these bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't smell very good. However, this body is bleeding as if it's something alive. Like there's still that kind of like little spurts of blood coming out from the severed neck. So that tells you that these things have a beating heart.
Not anymore, they don't.
Exactly. Did at one point. So that was, apart from that, guys, there are no other eventful encounters along your passage towards Salagara's scriptorium. So let's talk about Salagara's scriptorium.
Sounds like a place I could learn some spells.
What's that?
Sounds like a place I could learn some spells.
I think there is a chance of that. Let's see here. So, guys, let me move you over to the map with boom, the entrance to the scriptorium. So I'm just going to move you over to the map here first. Let's see. Okay, so here's what you see, guys. Is as you're making your way along the road, there is a sprawling wood and stone structure that looks like a misplaced university building with a grand entry on the southeast corner and a tall tower in the northwest that leads off a little path from where you are to where this thing stands in a small clearing. You make your way over there, and you can see, let's see here. There is a very unusual creature that kind of waits. You can picture it's kind of at the edge of where you guys are right now. Like just after you come off the road, there is a creature standing, I guess you'd call it there, with a really unusual expression, who seems to be staring up at the building itself. Now, this is what this woman's face looks like, guys. And that is the expression she has on her face as well. The reason I was struggling with how to describe her stance is because this is what her body looks like.
I was going to say, she has a spider body or something.
There you go.
Oh.
She's got this long worm
Lovely.
body. And she has a book in her hand as well, too. And she sort of, is swaying a little bit back and forth, looking up at the
You could say she's a bookworm.
You could. So she sees you, walking up, assuming you guys aren't making any effort to try and, be sneaky or whatnot. She looks and says, "Welcome. My name is Salagara, a scholar and scribe of no small repute among the esteemed psychopomps. Yourselves?"
I'm Neorian.
I am Sagramore.
I am Nargul.
And I am Larissa.
You can hear kind of as she's scrambling down in her, writing down your names. Well, if I might hazard a guess, she kind of is studying you through her, big glasses. If I might hazard an educated guess, you seek to leave the Boneyard and return to your world. And to do so, you'll need my approval. I know why you'd want to leave. Mictana has set her sights upon you as abominations. She wants to see you well and truly dead. I know all this because, frankly, she told me. Mictana came to me a short time ago, explaining that I would be well advised to see you slain. I'm a creature of logic and process, and Mictana's pleas were more impassioned than logical. In fact, I outright refused, insisting that I had more critical work to do. She was not disposed to that response. My current field of studies is dreams, and how mortals' dreaming intersects with their fates and their desires. Don't assume that I'm going on a tangent here. My conversation is scrupulously intentional, you'll see. My chief assistant and associate researcher, Mrs. Pettypalp, had been using my research equipment for her own studies into nightmares, things that terrify mortals. I wouldn't abide it, and although I knew she coveted my dream gate, I assumed her distractions were mere frippery. Well, after I declined Mictana's offer, it seems she went right to Mrs. Pettypalp. The rattletrap ousted me and appointed my assistant. My assistant! Mrs. Pettypalp is now the master of the scriptorium, my staff, and my dream gate. It's an outrage. Well, her time as my assistant is finished, and she kind of shifts that worm body to the side as she turns back to you, finally taking her eyes off of the big building. I'll make this deal with you. If you enter my scriptorium and dispatch Mrs. Pettypalp in whatever manner you see fit, I'll give you the stamps you need to continue on your journey home. Or am I presuming too much of you?
Couldn't we, copy some codexes instead? I thought we were going to do writing work.
You wear that armor and that sword to do writing work?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Always got to be prepared.
Jokes. I'm familiar with them. I don't see their use.
Okay. What do you think, guys?
She's giving you absolutely no privacy. Unless you guys move away from her. She's just staring at
I
you with
think
those green eyes.
we have no choice. What choice do you see?
Well, I guess I don't see a whole lot of choice, but I figured it was better to, get consensus first.
I'm in.
You, vampire?
You amuse me. I smirk at her, giving her my whole +4 reaction, my uncanny charm.
You think you get a very tiny reaction where her one eyebrow goes up just a millimeter.
So, lead on.
All right.
It is a deal then. And again, she's, carefully scrambling down something in her book. And she leads, kind of moves herself back. I leave it to you then. So, what you see before you guys is a fairly grand-looking front door. There are 2 wooden doors, in fact, deeply carved with images of quill pens and open books. The one. And it is closed currently. So what do you guys want to do? I will move Saligara off the thing here. You guys can see your
let's
tokens, right? Yeah.
walk up to the door and
Yeah,
You guys
I couldn't see her token, but I can see our tokens.
Oh, she didn't have a token.
Oh, okay.
I
That would be why I couldn't see it.
I can actually, if it makes
All right.
it easier. Here we go. Boom. There's her. Make her a little smaller.
Whoa,
She's a big snake lady.
I can cast reduction on her.
Of
So I have a combat question.
course.
Okay, so if when we do melee, we get to move half our movement. Does that mean
Yeah.
we move half our movement for that phase?
Yes.
So
That's
we're actually
all-
only moving quarter movement.
No, you're only moving half. You're moving half your movement. You can always move half your movement on your phase, unless you are.
So we're not penalized at all.
Well, you can take attack of opportunity if you don't go half movement.
But
Like
you
if
know
you-
what I'm saying, right? With if we were moving and we weren't in combat, we would move half our movement in the first phase and half our movement in the second phase.
Correct.
So if we're moving half our movement and still attacking, we're not suffering a movement penalty in that phase.
Nope. The
Yeah,
only way that magic movement interacts with your options is if you're doing missile or if you're doing magic.
Okay.
You
Okay.
cannot move.
So,
after you-
so it doesn't change it. I was wondering if it was half of half.
the only time it's half of half is if you are doing a careful retreat.
Okay.
If you don't want to take attack of opportunity, that's why that thing only moved 2 squares when it was running off the road, as opposed to its full.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are heading up to the front door.
I guess
right.
so.
Bold choices. I love how brave you guys are.
We leave Nargo behind, oogling her goodies.
Yeah. Look at that tail. All right, guys. So who is going to be opening the front door?
I'll open it so that
Go for it.
Sagamore can go in.
Okay. And 1, 2, 3. That
All
is
right.
what.
step inside.
Okay. So what you can see is straight ahead of you. There are double doors with frosted glass windows that reveal only shifting shadows behind them on the west side of the room. To the north is an alcove with several empty coat hooks. And to the south, there is another door. One second here. Where is it? You know, one of the things that I understand why they do it for layout, but Paizo does this thing now where when they print the maps, they'll jam them all onto one page right at the beginning of the module. And it means that you constantly have to go back to that same damn page to see the actual map. They used to.
They're trying to convince you to buy the map pack.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Okay.
I think the map pack for that set is already out, though, right? It came out.
But the map packs don't always have the what do you call it? They don't come out when the first module comes out. They come out staggered, which is irritating, and they don't always have all the maps in it. So
I don't know if it's the case, but with this particular path, I think it came out early.
You know what does come out is the. I mean, to their credit, they do give a PDF of separate interactive maps with all the Pathfinder ones. They don't do that with the Starfinder ones, though.
Oh,
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, assuming the door's closed, I'm going to gesture for Neorian to come up and listen.
Oh, and there is a door to the south as well, too. So yes, you gesture to Neorian.
Yep. I'll come and listen.
Okay. So go ahead and move your
Here.
Can you get yourself in there?
Yep. There we go.
Okay. And where are you listening? There are dark forms that seem to be moving in here in these doors. And then this door is a solid door. These ones over here, the double doors, that's the one that has frosted glass.
I guess at the double doors first.
Okay. So you head up to the double doors. And you can hear sort of a thumping of something moving around in there. Like the sound of like, something not huge, not man-sized, mind you, but like maybe an animal of some kind. Dum, dum.
That's what I'll relay. Sounds like there's some kind of maybe a large animal in this one.
Okay. And if you listen at the bottom, that room, it actually has a narrow... Okay, because I rolled well enough for you, you get up there and you're going to listen to this thing and you look up. And you kind of look around and... Yeah, I guess you have to hop up to see it. But at like the height of a human-sized creature, there's a tiny, almost completely imperceptible hole.
Like a peek hole.
A peek hole.
Oh, nice.
As if someone... Oh, well, no.
I don't quite reach.
It's and it's also if you ask someone to take a look through there, what you know is that this would be the other side of the peek hole.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because this is a solid door here. And you hear nothing within there.
Well,
what do you guys want to do?
Larissa, you want to breach and clear south first?
Yeah, I'm assuming that these shapes that I'm seeing on the floor are the angles the doors are opening.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we probably want to clear the single door before we go into the double door.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So you throw. Who is going to open the door? And I'll give you guys a chance.
Open the door.
Okay, I'll give you guys a chance to position yourselves. I do love that they've started putting the way that the doors open
pretty good
in it too. I think that's a really great little addition. So even if I'm bitching about some of their map stuff, that is got to give them credit where it's due. Why did it? Like these adventures are so beautiful too. Like the maps, the illustrations, like almost all the handouts that I've given you guys or have used here. It's all stuff taken from the adventure itself, which is just awesome.
For $30, they better be nice. Just saying.
Is that how much they are? Like I get it through. Oh yeah, I guess with its US price, I get the discount from the subscription.
Yeah.
So, but
Adventure Pass are like $180 Canadian per pass.
I should really.
That's kind of crazy, right? Like
it's pretty crazy.
People complain about the hardcover Wizard book. I'm like,
so I'm canceling all the rest of my games. We're running only Adventure Pass from now on to justify the sync cost.
Plus the maps. Plus the maps. Plus, right?
Yeah, no kidding. So Nargle, you're still outside. Is that what your plan is? You're gonna wait?
Sorry, I'm hanging with the group. Yeah, I'm here.
You sure? Okay, that's good. Let's just
in for penny, in for pound.
Yep, that's a great.
Everybody, pull up your backup character sheet for when the trap goes off.
Let's just measure here. Okay. All right. Okay, that's good to know, guys. Thank you.
I'm glad I've covered the door.
All right. So Larissa, you grab the door, you pull. It's one of those like turning latches. You pull back. Sagramore and Neorian, would you kindly give me avoidance saves, please?
Oh my god, you've been attacked by the broom closet.
Nope.
Avoidance.
Nice. So Neorian nimbly jaunts back. But Sagramore, you are unfortunately hit by a body that falls out of that room. This small, about the size of what Neorian is, and not wielding any weaponry, but this is what this thing looks like.
Is it alive? Or is it just
its body? It's quite dead.
so it doesn't have a gigantic glaive in its hand?
No, that's why I said no. There's no weapon. So, this thing hits you and falls to the ground. And Nargul, would you kindly give me a D6 roll, please?
So from the picture, it almost looks like the legs are wooden.
The entire creature is actually wooden.
Okay.
Okay, Nargul, you look down at this thing as it falls out, and you sort of like, you recognize this as a, let's see here. You've heard about these things. These are sometime in the like time lost immemorial. There was this cabal of wizards that created these constructs, these tiny little wooden constructs that had sentience and had souls and whatever. And it said that at some point these things freed themselves. They defeated their masters. They learned how to perpetuate their kind. And on some forgotten plane and in some of the darkest reaches of our world, these things still live. They call themselves the Weirwood.
And you said they're half as tall as Jeff?
They're the same height as Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was going to say half as tall as a man. And I'm like, well, I've got someone in the party who I can refer to. But what you can see is as this thing falls to the ground, you can see that it has several pretty obvious rents and wounds in its wooden form where it's been shattered and broken apart. Sagramore, you look down at this thing. I need all of you guys to kindly oh, 1 sec here. Okay. Two things. Well, one, guys, as an aside from how these things are structured, often when you get a chance to meet with an NPC, there's going to be things that you need to get out of that NPC, or you potentially can get out of that NPC that are not going to be obvious just in an info dump. Remember that the Pathfinder is designed to like engage with just a bunch of dice rolls, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to role play through the stuff and see how you guys roll, and then we'll do reaction rolls sometimes as well. I just realized that there's probably a lot more stuff, and I don't want to just force you guys into further conversations with these guys if you don't want to. But just be aware that, like, as we play through this, remember that when you meet someone, you can there's going to be more things you can learn by role playing with them.
I was going to suggest drag the body outside and talk to Saligara.
I was going to cradle the body and take it outside to her.
Okay,
cool.
Cradle sounds better.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, you go down to collect this thing, and excuse me, one more sec here, guys. Sorry, I read all the stuff like last night, and I couldn't remember if there is. Okay. What there is, guys, is you see as this thing hits the ground, there's this sort of like kind of like a shimmer, like you'd see on a sun scorched highway. We're kind of, and you see blood is beginning to pour out of this thing's wounds, hits the ground, and not like sap, not like oil or something like that, like fresh fucking blood that begin to spill out of this thing's wounds, and it kind of creaks up, and it's like as if this thing had just fallen wounded. It was not bleeding when it fell out. It hit the ground, and now it is coming out. What do you guys want to do? It's pooling around your feet, Sagamore.
Well, I'm gonna try to, staunch the wound.
Yeah.
Sure.
As best I can.
Yeah. So the let's see here. Actually, you give me a D6 roll, please. Let's see here. Yeah. I'm going to give you a decent chance on this because you're a warrior. Oh, Nargle, you want to try that? Oh no, that was your last roll. Sagamore, yeah. Okay, so you get down there and you start like staunching the wound, and as you do so, your hands, are covered. I guess you'd like toss your gauntlets down, right?
Yeah, I pull off the gauntlets and then I think tear off a chunk of my tabard, probably.
Yeah, so you tear your tabard. You can see pooling around you. It's this thick, almost mirrored surface of blood pooling around, and you're placing your hands, which are becoming slick with the blood, over this, and you start, applying the what do you call it? The tabard's cloth to it, and it's getting that white is just very quickly soaked through with dark crimson red blood, sticky and coppery to the nose too. And you're just like, come on. All of the blood is gone. You are kneeling on top of this thing, and your torn bit of your tabard is completely unsoiled. Guys, would you please put on your character sheets that you have just achieved 1 clarity point?
Clarity.
You feel as if like your head is less foggy now as well. And there's just this little body. So you want to, cradle this thing up and bring it out.
Yep.
You're free to do that.
Sure. It's lifeless now, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Like you said before, it seemed like it was just on the verge of death, and then after the whoosh,
it was dead. To be honest, like if you were to guess, it was
like 100% dead, and then 90% dead, and then 100% again.
Yeah. It was dead, and then it just suddenly was, like it was not moving. I think Nargul could probably tell you how, like, he rolled well enough, so he would know how to sense whether this thing is still animate or not, or whether its soul has passed on. So you sort of do that. There's maybe like I only because I was watching Elementary this week. The test for coma victims where you put the hand over it and let it drop down. So boom, this thing does, and it's gone. Okay. Whatever animating spirit was in here has gone on to its reward. It's not very heavy either. This thing's only, I think, like 70 pounds.
Right.
So you scoop this thing up, and then you said you guys wanted to bring it outside?
Yeah, we'll take it out to the Naga lady.
Okay. So you bring it out to her, and as you do, Salagara looks over and see, she's still scrambling, or she's sort of writing something down in her book from that big quill and looking up at the thing, and then she looks over at you guys, and she gets that her face goes from kind of like displeased to extremely displeased, and she says, "Oh, bother! Is it dead?"
You tell us, because it wasn't as dead as it looks now just a minute ago.
She looks at it. Who can tell?
Okay,
when they click, they're alive. When they're not,
do they bleed ever?
Who can tell? They don't strike me as the kind to get paper cuts.
Okay.
Why they made good staff?
So why would one start bleeding in the middle of our progress through your college.
What do you mean?
So, a couple minutes ago, we walked up to a door, opened it up. This thing fell out on me. It was dead. Then it was on the ground and bleeding and just gushing everywhere, all over. And I tore it and I gestured and I hold up my tabard and show. And I tore off a section and staunched the wound and held it there to try to hold its life force in. And then my tabard was unsoiled by any blood, and there was nothing on the floor or on my hands or anything.
Did you feel anything before that?
Feel anything?
What sort of feeling should I have been paying attention for?
I don't know. Whatever you mortals feel, was there anything unusual?
Felt like we went into a sort of freaky deaky scriptorium, but that's kind of par for the course.
I would suggest that if you wish to successfully navigate the scriptorium under Mrs. Pettypalp's control, you pay closer attention to your surroundings. This is one of my staff. I suppose no longer.
Do the psychopomps come and collect these things when they die?
It is not within my purview.
Aren't you a bureaucrat? Shouldn't you know whose job it is?
I'm a bureaucrat who knows what my job is, and my job is not to know whose job it is to collect their souls.
God, flashbacks to the monastery. Okay. Thanks for your help, such as it is. We'll be back soon.
Said no one ever.
What help? This is a contract, is it not? Do your task. You'll be rewarded.
I don't like any of the people that live in this place.
Okay. I guess we're walking back inside, and do we want to go for the double doors or this little passage over here? Because
Why
there's
don't you do that? Take a moment and parse what she told you before. What did she tell you that you can expect? Because, I mean, you probably don't want to go charging in pell-mell without taking some time to consider what you're expecting in there.
I'm going to investigate the broom closet.
Within the broom closet itself appears to be empty, and by that I mean there's nothing in there. Like, you can see from the state of the weirwood's body that there would have been chips and chunks of that thing taken out by whatever injured it, whatever killed it. There were no slivers or chunks of wood or anything like that to be found in that closet. No, I still haven't opened the door for you either. Give me a second.
Are there any slash marks on the outside of the door? Like as if this thing ran in here to hide after it had been wounded?
It doesn't.
That attacked it was attacking the outside of the door still?
No, you would guess from the way that it fell. There's no markings on the outside of the door whatsoever.
Right.
And you would guess from the way that the thing fell that it was effectively sort of stuffed in there, and then the door was slammed shut as if it was some kind of, it was just being disposed of in the most disrespectful manner.
Okay.
You can also see Neorian on the inside of that door. There is the other side of the peephole. This is a place where you could have watched, although this thing is clearly too short to have been doing that. And there was nothing in the closet to prop it up.
Oh, Hangouts died for me.
Oh.
And I'm back.
Nice. So what I was going to say is consider what she's told you. I mean, obviously this situation in here is different than what you were expecting, or at least what Umble and Thoot were expecting here.
Yeah, so she said that her assistant, who's taken over the place, studies nightmares. So I'm thinking things are going to get freakier and deakier before they get better.
Yeah. Mrs. Pettypalp.
Yeah.
Is what she said.
Right. So maybe, right, nothing is going to be as we see here. We can't trust our own eyes.
Yeah, the two gates, one of horn and one of ivory.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is that door with the frosted glass panes that sits before you, and there appears to be a corridor down at the south there that leads deeper into the scriptorium. It's beautiful. You can kind of picture like, wood, like old stained, wood paneling, like from a very, very old college or, a colonial era house or something like that. Like that's the creaky wood floor. That's what this place has. It has the smell of leather and paper and dust, to be honest. What do you guys want to do?
Can we take a pause?
Yeah, we're 2 hours in. Why don't we take our break now, guys? We'll refresh beverages and stuff, and then we'll come back and make a decision of where to go next in the scriptorium.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the call, guys?
Well, I think the only way we're going to find out what the danger's all about in here is by finding it. I don't know how much preparing we can do for the nightmare.
All right. Okay, I think we're all back. So what are you guys thinking?
I think we're forced to explore.
Yeah, I think we need to. I mean, we need to go further in. We just need to kind of watch ourselves, and if anything really weird starts happening, be forewarned that it might not be real.
Yeah, I think that's our best approach. It's just. Well, we all saw the blood, right?
You did, yeah.
Okay. So the nightmares can be shared.
Mm-hmm. Although it does kind of seem like it targeted me to some degree, since I was the one who got hit by the creature, that it was, right there for me to deal with. So I don't know. Maybe if there's something that happens that seems like it's sort of specifically targeted at one of us, we can have the others look out for them and, hold them back from doing something stupid.
That's a good idea.
Us vampire folk are less susceptible than you mortals to mind control. So perhaps we'll perceive it differently if there's something askew.
Mm.
Okay. So what are you guys going to do then? With that narrow hallway leading down to the south, or there are big double doors ahead of you?
So I think we should go down the hallway, because it seems like the big double doors are the direct route to the big bad type thing. I don't know. What do you guys
My
think?
only caution is when you bypass things come out from behind you. If we start a fight in the hallway and there's something in this room, it'll come out from behind us.
That's true. That's true.
So that's the only reason I'm reluctant to bypass things, just to be safe.
Right. Sound advice.
Well, we have to bypass one or the other, right? Because something could come out of the hallway if we go in the double doors.
We can close the doors behind us, though.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Up to you. Whatever you want to do is fine.
Okay. Let's Neorian, what's the ambient light in here like?
It's lit everywhere. There are lights in the walls, magical, little sconces where the entire place is lit.
Okay. So, Neorian, do you want to try to pad silently down the hallway and I'll follow right behind you?
Sure.
Okay.
So you're talking about this hallway, right?
Yeah, right down there.
Okay.
Okay.
He'll stop at the corner.
I seriously need a side table. I need like a TV tray to be able to lie all my stuff out.
You haven't just started making tables out of stacks of books?
I have one behind me, but it's got all my Death Watch stuff on it. Unfortunately, I've already made a fort made out of other gaming stuff. Okay. Excellent. Okay, give me a sec here, guys. So, Neorian, you said you were going to try and be sneaky down here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I get to the corner of the wall, I'm stopping there to peek around.
Okay. So, let me tell you what you see there. Well, first, I'll do this. This is what your little peek shows you.
Yeah, I can see the room.
Okay.
It's like a classroom.
So, this large and dim room contains a dozen wooden desks topped with hinged lids, each with a stack of paper and well-used inkwells. The desks are arranged in neat rows. A lectern stands at the front, facing the desks, and spider webs stretch from the desk to desk and up the walls to the ceiling. A hall, you're down the hall. And then there are wooden doors in the north and western walls. And at this lectern over here stands something that looks like this.
Ugh. Niorin turns back to Sagamore and says, I don't think he's the professor.
You're the captain now.
He appears to be just standing there.
Well,
Has he
from
spotted
where
us?
I am standing can see the lectern, so I am going to detect evil.
I'm glad you can do that.
Yeah, what's the range on that?
I don't think there is a listed range.
Well, double check.
I will double check. Sense evil. Sensing in a 60-foot range.
Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, you can do that. So you flare. This thing looks at you, and there is no evil, but it looks and kind of, and then it drops into a collapse, and you hear this pile of spiders that hits the ground, which then
Yuck. Niorin's backing up.
are making their way across the floor towards you guys. Guys, kindly declare your actions because these things are coming and they're hungry. All right. Larissa and Nargo like, what's going on?
All right. Okay, who wants to get big?
A bigger surface for the spiders? Outstanding.
Wait a second. Okay, we're doing something else.
Move. Okay, and then let's see. I think we are on Sagamore. Arlen, I think you're still rolling initiative. Yeah, so
My initiative.
Jeepers. Beat my 6.
Nope.
Right.
All right, so this thing gets to go first. And it's absolutely charging Niorin. And they all come crawling up to you there, Niorin. And let's see here.
Is there a rule about changing your mind or not when it comes to your?
You can change your mind. You cannot change your mind to casting a spell. You can change your mind to attacking, but you take -2 to the attack roll.
Excuse me.
All right. Oh my goodness. There's a ton of these things. Jeepers. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Niorin, what is your AC?
Just
Against melee.
AC against melee 6.
6, okay. 2 successfully bites you. And then let's see. And another 1. So you got 3 of them that bite you in total. Let's see here. You take. You only take 1 point of damage from each of them. You cannot. If you have DR, it will not apply. And I need you to make 3 death saves, please.
Holy shit.
You can do that easy.
I don't think I'll do 3 in a row.
Easy.
You get a poison bonus. Oh, oh!
Boom. Boom.
Oh shit! Halfling luck. Nice.
That was amazing.
Holy smokes! All right. Okay. So
Poisonous spiders.
yeah. Wow. So that is yeah. So these things are swarming around you. There are going to be and then there's still that's all like 8 of them have crawled up over you and are trying to get at you. There's still 4 more in there that have just moved up. All right. So that was melee. Missile, no move. So we'll skip to move on the what do you call it? First phase. So anyone who wants to move in the first phase, I think Nargol and Larissa, like you guys didn't see what was necessarily going on, but you now see there's a swarm of these spiders on the floor that are crawling up on Neorian, and he's shouting. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, he's running.
Okay.
I can move through my allies or no?
Absolutely, but remember, if you run, they get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yep. I don't care.
You don't care? Okay.
2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5.
1, 2.
And he yells, "Spiders!" as he runs by everybody.
You take 4 more points of damage, and I need 4 saves from you, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a good reason that I'm running.
Can a point of astonishing fortune buy you an extra action?
No.
Okay.
Oh, 2 failures.
2 failures.
2 failures. Okay, so then let's see here. The only thing I would ask for in second edition of Ash is a glossary or an index, rather, for the entire book rather than each individual book. Okay, so Neorian, let's see here. You had 2 failed saves?
Yeah.
10 points of damage from the first one.
Wow. Okay, I'm way negative.
You still have
you
Astonishing
still have-
Fortune. You got Astonishing Fortune, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay, I'll use my first.
Okay. And the second
Astonishing
one,
Fortune.
8 points of damage.
Yeah, that still knocks me down.
Okay, so actually, unfortunately, you're still back over here because that's when you turned and tried to get away is when they all bit you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Can
So
I,
Good thing I was sneaking and peeking, and they killed me before I could even act.
oh yeah, I think you have your ally to thank for that. Sagamor's the one who it wasn't doing anything until Sagamore detected evil.
Mm.
yep.
Okay. So, sorry, Arlen, you were trying to say something?
Can I like stand over Neorian in the same square or something? Or how do we work that?
He's down right now, so yeah, you can absolutely. You can't both stand in the same area, but you can stand over his tiny little form.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to move up, do my best to get in between him and the spiders.
Okay.
I did detect evil,
Yeah.
it wasn't- but it attacked us anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, but you didn't sense any evil in the creature, right? When
No.
you did it?
No.
Yeah.
So we still have Nargol and Larissa. Steve, what were you trying to do there? You were asking about the Astonishing Fortune?
I wanted to sort of like cast one spell and then follow it up with another one.
Yeah, sorry. No, you can't do. You can never do 2 spells in one round.
In that case, I can't stand on top of Sagamore, can I? Although, can I move over top of Sagamore and through the spiders? Probably a bad idea. Maybe I will.
I don't know. You just saw what happened to Neorian.
Yeah.
He's swelling up pretty badly right now from where the things were. So Larissa and Nargol, you guys declared move in the first
Pathfinder
phase.
rules acrobatics check against their CMD. What is
Yeah,
it?
no. Yeah, that's how it worked. Yeah. Nope. Okay. All right, you guys. So Nargol's moving up. Larissa, do you want to do anything, or?
Yep.
You can see now what's going on over there. All right. Then I guess that's it for the first phase, guys. Second phase. First up is Larissa. You got melee. Do you want to?
Well, I can't get to them, right? So
No.
nope. So I hold my
Okay.
position.
Okay. The next up is missile. Nobody.
But I have my held melee action.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there we go.
What was your held melee for? Like, what was the if X, then Y?
if they're in range, then I slash at them.
You're still going to hit. It's going to be a moot point, but I would have applied the -2 because you were trying to be a defensive thing from the sounds of things. And then you can kind of picture that you saw this, you're like, shit, and you had to run forward instead.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah. But that's still definitely a hit. One of them is down.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. This is where AoE stuff could be really helpful.
Yeah.
You smash
a caster.
one of, you would guess, 12 spiders is down. It's very, like, they are not very strong at all, but only one of them is down right now.
Yep.
Okay. And there were still 4 that had yet to act. So because you're pushing forward just a scooch there, I'm going to allow them to go on you, Sagamore.
Mm-hmm.
I do get 2 hits on you. So you do take 1 point of damage from each of those. DR does not apply. And I need a poison save from you.
Okay.
2 of them, please.
Yes.
There we go. Number 1. Nice. Nice.
2.
Nice. Nat 20. Hot damn. Okay, so these things are quick, and you're kind of like, gah, and you can picture them climbing up. They're only about the size of your hand, right? It's just that these little fucking things are getting in the little nooks and crannies of your armor. All right. That is it for melee. Next up is missile. Nobody. Magic. Nobody. Move. Who wants to move in the second phase?
Now, Nargul's ability, protection from evil, that comes from his race, right?
It does. No, it comes from his archetype.
Archetype. Now, is that an ability or a spell?
It would be on the spell round or spell phase.
Okay. So I can't switch to it now.
No.
And I don't think it would help because these things aren't actually evil. They're just against
Spiders.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I have fantastic.
But can we, if anybody has a point of Astonishing Fortune left, can we spend a point of Astonishing Fortune to discuss what we're going to do about this? Because it might be useful to have a brainstorming session.
Yeah. Okay. Who's got a point of Astonishing Fortune left?
I don't.
I do.
Does anybody?
Nargul does. Okay.
Okay.
So let's give you guys. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes starting now. Go ahead.
Okay. Nargul, do you have any like AoE attacks?
Indeed, I do. I have Burning Hands. Which do 6 points of damage to everything, and 120 degree arc for 5 feet.
Okay. Are there still spiders? Basically, will he hit Neorian if he? Because I'm okay with him hitting Sagamore, but he'll. Yep.
From where he is, yeah.
Okay. So. But fuck! If we move, then they'll just get the melee attack and kill the spell.
Yep.
I don't want to, what do you call it? Not to metagame here, but from this round, there's 4 of them left that have attacks of opportunity. 8 of them have used up their attacks on Neorian. So if someone's sucked up, these are animals. They will attack the person that moves.
But what I'm saying is, as soon as I move out of the way, then it'll be melee missile magic again. So they'll just move in and attack Nargul and kill the spell before we can get it off. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking was, well, I could just, grab Neorian or even just drop and try to, cover him as best as I can. Yeah. But I don't think I can, because if I move away.
You want to let you, I'll let you do this. If you drop and if you do that, if that's what your whole action is, it's just drop down on top of him. I'll let him take half damage from it.
Okay. Neorian, what are you actually at?
-2.
Do we have any Oh, we still have the blue potions, the big ones.
I think you're the only one who used them. Yeah,
I used mine. One of the other ones has been used. So there are 2 left. One of them was on Vargosh, so we have 1 big blue potion, presumably on Larissa. Okay.
do you remember having that?
I never had it. I never had it.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Okay,
no,
well then
the one I
on
had-
Nargle or Neorian, or one of us has a big blue health potion that we can use to stabilize Neorian after he goes to below -3 when Nargle does Burning Hands on all of us.
Yeah, the only healing potion I had, I think, when the session I missed, Dave used. And
Yeah.
that was like 2 sessions ago or something like that.
Yeah, and that might
Okay.
be Nargol.
So,
not Nargol,
I think-
Vargosh.
Well,
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think there's 1 more left over, and I don't remember if Nargol or Neorian took it.
I think your play here, Arlen, is go defensive and have Steve drag the body out on the first phase and then go back in. But the problem is the spell only has a 5-foot range, so it has to be in your square to cast.
That is right.
Right. So I don't know if these little monsters are actually in the square in front of you or just like crawling all over Sagamore.
They're effectively will be counted as in the square in front.
Right. So you can't actually hit it with Burning Hands unless you move through them,
Right.
Yeah.
which you can't from here, right? So
So fuck.
You could. I mean, I guess you could just, if you're willing to take 6 points of damage from me anyway, you'll probably get hit by, let's say, 2 out of 4 spiders. That will be how much damage?
yeah, but you can't hit them. You can't hit the spiders from
No, but
behind
he could. But if I go prone over Neorian, then he could step into the square and blast basically everything. That's what we're talking about, right? Is that I'll absorb half of the damage that would go to Neorian. We'll heal Neorian back up with the health potion after, and hopefully the Burning Hands will get most, if not all, of the spiders. I think that's what we're talking about, right?
Right, but are you going to survive getting hit by 12 spiders next turn?
Well, I don't see a whole lot of other
The
options.
spell's not going to go off until the very end, right? It goes melee, missile, or magic, or whatever, right? So you're going to have to stand up to 12 spiders.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to move.
Yep.
Right. So you're gonna have to go prone. Then I'm gonna have to move,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna have to cast a spell. So I'll be casting this spell on second round next phase.
I don't see a whole lot of other options other than if we want, because if I'm in the square, I mean, is there any way that Nargle could like lean around my shield and blast with the fire blast? Or
No, I don't think so. But here's what you could do. So remember that what I'll allow is, because this is effectively a swarm of these little fuckers, you could move through their square. If you're moving your full movement, then normal attacks of opportunity would apply and whatnot. But you could do that. And so if you wanted to attack and move, or move and attack, I'll let you move through their square, as long as you're moving only one square. What you could in theory do is go through, attack them, hope that they use up all their melee attacks on the first phase. And then on the first phase, have Nargol move up to be adjacent to them. And then on second phase, have him cast the spell.
That's, yeah, okay.
These are animals, so, again, you can assume that they're going to make an instinctual kind of thing. They're probably going to go in the first phase.
Yeah, and I can do
unless
my
there
block.
is some kind of animating force behind them.
You should move far through them.
Okay, so I think that sounds to me like the best play is Sagamore puts up his shield and does full block, tries to just rush over here and absorbs everything, and then Nargle blasts with the fire. Is that what we're doing?
We're doing, guys.
I'm waiting for somebody else to agree.
I think Steve gave you the thumbs up.
Okay, Steve.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So then, guys, declare your actions. Jeffrey, you are going to be rolling initiative once everyone is declared. Fucking hell. We know what everyone's doing anyway, so you can go ahead and roll whenever you want there, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay.
Ugh.
Okay, so they are going first. So now what is your AC? It's against melee.
My AC right now is 0.
You only have +1? What's your strength?
My strength is +2.
Right,
I
so
get
because
+2 for the attack modifier for strength. +2 for
it's
block.
Larissa, that's 2. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
confusing your character with Larissa. Okay.
Yeah, no, so I'm 0. But if they
0.
roll a 20, they're going to destroy my shield. So, and there are a lot.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Jesus.
So,
First batch has rolled. No nat 20s. Second batch. No nat 20s.
yay!
Last batch. Oop. I am so sorry.
No, you're not.
You're not. You're enjoying it.
Oh my god.
That we don't have a dramatic destruction of the shield. You
Ah,
pass through. These things are like you are using every ounce of your focus to keep these things at bay and battering them down. You step through these things, and somehow in this field of all of them, not one of them gets through your defenses. Holy smokes! All right, so that was move. So that was melee. Then it's a missile. Magic. Move.
Okay. I'm gonna
Nargul.
move up to Nargul Square and grab Jeff and drag him back to where I am in the corner.
Okay.
It says
So-
I can drag him right now. Okay.
Here, we'll switch this around here. Boom, boom, boom. So you step forward, Nargul, and then second phase. First up is melee. Now, if these things were animated and controlled by some external force, I'll bet you that they might know to reposition themselves because they can see you beginning to
yeah,
form
but
the things.
surely, if they had intent, that it would be evil intent, and so I would have noticed.
So let's see. Well, they may not have had evil intent at the time that you cast it because they weren't there.
Well, there's like a residual, right? I can no.
Nope.
Okay.
But Nargul, they don't move. How much damage does your burning hands do?
6.
6?
Do they get a
going
save
off.
or something?
Nope. They don't get burning hands doesn't get a save in this.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nasty.
it's brutal. Okay, so I mean it's pretty tough to get that off, as you can see.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, since you've got that such a short range, and yeah.
Okay, so that all goes off. Now, guys, that was some excellent teamwork and planning. Everybody gets a point of astonishing fortune. Now, Neorian is on the ground, still kind of swollen up and like, you know, these giant hard kind of insect bites or arachnid bites, I suppose. What are you guys going to do?
We actually have a potion.
We do. We have one potion.
Well, why don't we give him a portion?
You want to be stingy with it?
Well, I don't know how much they do because it's like a D8 or something.
So it's 1d8 plus 1 for a sip, and there's 3 sips in it, or it's 3d8 plus 6 for the whole thing.
I don't need the whole thing.
that's
Okay.
so that's
So
what-
1d8 plus 1?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Who rolls it? Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, why don't you?
Sure. 1d8 plus uno. 5.
5. 3 hit points. That's- Oh man, I did just for mechanics wise, Jeff. I did make the check for your stealth, and there's no way this thing would have seen you if it hadn't been for the casting of that spell.
Yeah.
Or the detect evil. There's no way you would have been detected.
That sounds
Right.
like passing the buck.
Well,
I killed you, but it really
so-
wasn't my fault.
I just want to make sure
More
that
atoned with his walk through the fire of the spiders. I think that's the lesson here.
Oh, so all these things are burning and scorched on the ground now, guys.
Where's the clicker dude? Or did he just turn into these?
So
I think
he
he
just
was the spiders.
yeah, he dropped down, transformed into these things as they fell down.
Okay, gotcha.
And the spiders are still here after being burned, right?
What do you mean?
Like the bodies and the scorch marks and everything.
I mean,
right? It's not like
they've all exploded.
yeah,
You
but
mean they're not-
it's not
no
like
lesion.
with the blood with the.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
No, they're physically here still.
Okay.
Yeah, no, those things are still physically here. So then, what? Now that you guys, Norian, what do you what are you thinking here?
That sucked. Yeah.
So there's still 2 more doses on that healing potion. What are you guys thinking here? What
I
you
mean,
can see?
I would take another hit.
Sure.
Yeah, we could give Neorian another hit, and then Larissa, are you a little low?
I'm at 19, so it's not
Okay.
worth it.
Okay. Well, then we could leave the last one.
We should
Yeah.
save it for this exact situation. Since
Yeah, I
it's
think
last of
so.
our healing, just in case someone gets in the pooper.
Okay. So what's here? 1d8 plus. Oh,
Holy crap.
oh.
Potions are weak.
You got 1 more sip left if you like.
No, we'll save it because if someone's
If somebody
unconscious,
goes down, yeah.
Okay. So then what you see in here, guys, there are, first let's talk about exits from this room. There is 1 door behind the lectern over here, and there is 1 door over here as well.
Is that a door or an opening?
Door.
Okay, it opens inward though, right?
It
We
opens
can't-
away from you guys.
Okay, yeah, okay, because we can't see the.
No, the little thing, yeah.
Okay.
So what this room is otherwise filled with is, as I said, it's a bunch of desks that have like flip-top lids on them, or flip-top desks with little
Like a classroom.
basically, yeah, or like a. Well, I mean, to be honest, it looks like a place where a scriptorium. It looks like a place where you would be doing copying and whatnot. There's lots of paper on each of these desks, but you can see the hinges on them as well too. Once you step in here as well.
Do you want to go back?
Oh,
Oh,
Good.
yeah. There's because this looks like it's the main path versus.
This
You
room
mean
here,
go
guys?
back to the?
This room over here
Well, it just means that like,
has.
okay.
Sorry, guys. Just, so I'll
Yeah.
sort of interrupt you for 1 second here. That room there is actually the room itself, or the door, I should say, is covered in spider webs as well. The other one is not. I'm sorry, guys. I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I just was like, do we want to go back and check out that double doors now?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
realize that
I
it is
think that's. Well,
because it might be. Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
Larissa, would you give me a D6 roll, please?
Nope.
Nope. Nice. Larissa, you hear
Rats?
lots of them. You look over and you can see there is a swarm of rats that's coming around the corner over here. Directly towards you.
Okay.
Would you let's see here. I need actually I need who was rolling surprise? Was that
I was.
Jeff? Yeah, go ahead and give me a surprise roll, please. Okay, you guys are not surprised. So let's declare actions, guys. There is a swarm of rats coming in. Where are we? Yeah, give me a second. I need to find something here. Okay. And I wonder if I can get a thing here. Okay. And who is up for Jeff? Are you still, or did you lose initiative last time?
No, I lost.
You lost. Greg, you're back. Oh, God damn it. Beat my 6 again. Jeez. 6. Nice. Okay. Give me a sec here.
I'm guessing my bastard sword is longer than the rat's teeth.
It is.
It doesn't matter. It only affects if you have weapons. That rule doesn't come into effect for natural weapons, unfortunately. Because otherwise it would be really easy to take down monsters.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see what everyone's declared here. Nargle. Oh, Neorian, you haven't declared an action.
I know.
Surrender. I'm on the rats. I'm on their team now.
I guess I'll do this.
All right, cool. So top of the round is melee. Larissa.
Okay. 2 rat swarms or just one gigantic rat swarm?
It's one gigantic rat swarm.
Okay. Can I, similar to the spiders, can I move through the rats to the other?
It's like a full carpet of them. Think of like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
There's just a wave of these things on the ground.
I guess what I'm saying is, what's my consequences of trying to move through the rat swarm as I'm hewing at them?
It's effectively a carpet of these things. So okay. I'd probably make give me a dex test.
Okay.
If you want to move through them.
Well, I'll do my melee attack first.
Okay.
I don't understand the logic of the order
you hit
things happen.
Yeah. Some of them are dead.
Okay.
Okay.
And then a dex test.
Nice. Okay. However, as you move through, you do take 2 points of damage, and DR does not apply.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
You've got a -4 AC penalty because these things are like crawling and biting all over. You're like, ah! And they seem to be following on you as you're over there. Okay. That was melee. Then is missile. Nobody. Magic. Nobody. Move. The swarm seems to be focused on Larissa.
3, 4, 5, 6.
4.
Oh, Nargle, are you?
Yes, you're in the hallway. No, sorry, please. You. No, I'm sorry.
Now that I've moved through into the room, are the doors open, or did these come from somewhere else?
Doors are not open. No.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
Okay. All right. Nargle, you take 2 points of damage as well. DR does not apply. As these rats are swarming on you as well. Okay, second phase, guys. Top of the round, melee. Got Sagamore.
Yep. Moving in.
Auto hit. Don't worry about it. Just roll damage.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay, so you kill some of these things. There's just so many. It doesn't really do anything.
I am not wading into the middle of them. I'm keeping them at sword distance.
It's a good call because they're fucking covering Nargul and Larissa right now. Next is so no missile magic. Nargul, what are you doing?
I'm going to
actually. You've taken damage, so whatever you're planning on casting, it's it's last phase.
That's right.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, I don't. 1 sec.
Okay.
You cannot do anything other than fend off a swarm. Now that it's on you, so unfortunately you can't cast any magic this turn or this turn at all or round.
Well, I can switch to melee and take a -2.
You cannot take any action other than keep them. Once it gets on you, that's all you can do is just knock these things off of you.
Okay.
Give me a D6 roll though.
And when you say knock them off, is that us like attacking them to knock them off, or
yeah, as you battering them and knocking them off? Yeah. Okay. So Nargle, no, like your mind is just reeling to get these fucking things off of you because they are covering you right now. Then it is so move of second phase. Anyone who wants to move in the second phase, that's Larissa, or actually Larissa, you're knocking these things off.
Yeah.
And Neorian. Okay, so you move up and you can see this. The two of them are coated in these things. Okay. Then, guys, everyone, this end of round 1, we're on to round 2, guys. Everyone declare your actions. And then, Greg, you'll be rolling initiative again. We'll wait here. Okay. Nice. Grimoire. Interesting. Okay. And then who has not declared actions? Nargle.
Crap.
Oh, wait, you got to be battering these things off, I guess. So.
Oh yeah, attack then, I guess, right?
Yeah. So, guys, beat my 4. Nice. So, first thing happens, guys. There's something that happens on phase 0. They vanish and are gone. So, what are you guys doing? You're looking at, like, your wounds are very real.
Do we get a point of clarity?
For this, you do not.
No. Okay.
No.
And I already used up all of my healing handsness, so I can't help you out there.
Neorian, you still can hear, because of your keen ears, there's still something fucking knocking around in here.
In the room.
Sounds, yeah, it's trying to be quiet.
Well, I'll point that out to everyone. There's something in the room.
Larissa, you want to open the door for me?
Yeah, sure. Okay. In we go.
Okay.
Talio.
In we go. So Larissa's opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
We go. 1, 2, 3. Now, let me check one thing here. Whoa! Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay, let me position something here. So, guys, as you open the door, this is what you see in there. And I know it's kind of to go to the description first and then go up is a little not quite as dramatic.
Bookshelves?
Yes, there are actually they are several glass cases. Now, no one move in there. Stay where you are. Several glass cases stand around this room or are mounted in the walls, each bearing several ancient sheets of parchment or a yellowing book. Each case is lit with only a small dim candle that casts flickering shadows around the room. And this appears to be the only entrance in there. But there is one other occupant that's in there.
Demogorgon.
Yes, it's Demogorgon. That's a very quick end of the campaign. And you fight orcas.
That's right.
So
I didn't see that coming.
what you see is sort of lurking on top of one of these cabinets, and it's about the size of a bit of a small house cat. Is this? And it appears to have, you appear to have surprised it. Here's another look at its face, too.
Well,
So-
since it has a name, that would imply that it's an NPC.
Oh, I love giving payback for metagaming.
Just saying. That was going to be you
Yeah,
trying to give us a clue.
Oh, look at that.
Yay.
Oh, that's better. A
Yeah.
little.
That is the biggest rattling ever.
So it is
Okay,
on top of the thing
so-
here.
Declare actions.
Yes. Well, you guys, yeah, I mean, you guys are, it's surprised. It's not acting this round, so you
Well-
guys can do what you want.
I'm going to use my surprise round to detect evil on it because I'm a paladin, so I got to check.
Okay. So you're doing magic.
Yep.
It is most assuredly evil.
Okay. Next
Yeah.
round, I can hit it.
Okay. Well, it's on top of a 6 foot tall cabinet, so
I'm a 6 foot tall guy with a long sword.
right, but it's going to be
Oh.
it's just an awkward strike, is what I mean.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys declared. Who else wants to take actions the first? We don't need to declare actions for this first round, guys. It's surprise, so you guys can just whatever you want to do. You can go ahead and do.
He already is like on shoot first, ask questions later mode.
Makes total sense. Yeah, go ahead.
You said it's a glass case.
Yes, it is, and there inside that is either a page or a book.
I hit a 2.
Hit a 2. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm just trying to see if it's got any resistances. Does not. It's hit and blood spurts out of this thing. Okay. Who else is? Larissa's going to hit it.
So I'm going to grab it by its tail and pull it off the case.
Okay. So give me a D20 roll. What is your level 2 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you get to what's your strength? 18?
No.
What's your strength?
16.
16. Okay. So plus 1 to hit. So be 1d20 plus 3.
Okay. 14.
I actually don't think that's good enough. Let me double check here. There's dungeon grappling. Because I think it's because it's so. Yeah, you're close, and I think you feel it in your hands, and then it sort of like it flicks to the side when it was shot. Oh my goodness! So not quite good enough. What was Sagamore was detecting evil? Nargul, what were you doing this first learning surprise round?
Moving. And I was going to melee. And that would be there, right?
Yeah.
In avoiding me, it didn't happen to jump off the case, did it?
No, unfortunately, it's surprise, so it's not able to actually move or take an action this round.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll there, Nargul. Let's see.
Silver dagger. Nice. Take that.
While you vaccinated it there, Steve.
Your damage, you rolled just a +1 with no dice. So you do more damage than that.
You should be doing 1d4.
Oh, okay. Nice. 5.
So you try to grab this thing, and you see Nargul comes over and boom, stabs it right through its fucking head.
After Neorian shot it, of course.
Oh yeah, after Neorian shot it. Okay, so yeah, this thing is fucking dead.
Well, now we pull it off.
Yeah, Nargul pulls it off. Nargul, would you give me a D6 roll as well?
2.
So, this thing is, it's a ratling, a ratkin, a rat, whatever. These nasty little shits are sorceress creations, and they can be sometimes familiars for very powerful sorcerers. So whether this thing was acting on its own or not, but you remember that swarm you saw a moment ago?
Yep.
It's one of the ability. This thing has fairly powerful sorceress abilities. That would be akin to what it could do.
To create a illusionary swarm, or
no, to actually create a swarm.
Oh, okay.
Just as if in the same way that witches could say summon an insect swarm.
Yeah, but you said it was unaware of us.
No, what I said was that you caught it by surprise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, do we want to take this out and talk to Unhelpful outside
No.
about this too?
She'll be all like, are you done yet?
I'm just thinking.
I mean, we brought out one of our minions and she was all like, yeah, you know, like we use these things to hold the doors open when they die. And like, yeah, she's just all like, you know, writing in her book. They have taken 10 minutes and have achieved nothing.
So what you guys can see is that there are, like, this thing is like I said, is crammed with you know, pages from books or actual full books in there as well.
So is this like the showcase?
You'd guess, you know, if you're looking over, I mean, Larissa, I don't think you can read this stuff, but Nargul, if you're looking over these things, one of the thing that stands out is there are copies of a book called Concordance of Rivals that's in there. There is an agreement with a contract devil that is in excruciatingly small print. That's in the case where this rat thing was. There are also, let's see here, Nargul. Something smells. Something smells in here.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way over to one of the cases, and you kind of, and you're smelling, and there's magical script on one of the scrolls that's in there. And what it is, this is a scroll of fireballs.
Boom.
Yeah.
Really?
Now you'll need to get access to the case in order to get it.
And for that we have.
What's that, Steve?
And for that we have someone who can open a box.
Neorian?
Well, I guess so.
You want to like check for traps first?
Sure.
What level are you right now?
3.
3. Okay, so that means you got it's a 5 or less. Okay. So you get on there and you get your tools out and you carefully inspect this case. Looks like there's a latch you pull to turn over to then open up the glass casing on this to gain access to it. Doesn't appear to be trapped, but it is locked though. So let's see about opening this lock. I'm assuming you're going to do that now then?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try.
No problem. It's like half the time you expect it would be. You hear the tumble of it. You pull the latch aside, open the door or the casing, and you're able to extract the scroll with no problems. So there's a scroll of fireball. All right. So that room, apart from that, there does not appear to be, apart from like the other pages I mentioned, doesn't it seem as if there's, oh, there are a couple other ones in here too. In addition to that, and we won't repeat the rolls and stuff, you actually recover from this room here a scroll of magic missile, a scroll of going on here. A scroll of suggestion, and a scroll, and the scroll of fireball that I mentioned. And I mean, that infernal contract, it doesn't look as if it's valid any longer, but that thing, you know, you might know some unscrupulous types who might pay to see what the Nine Hells actually draft as their contracts. Sagamore, you can almost, this thing still definitely has the waft of eagle. You don't even need to sense magic on it or detect evil on it.
So there is some residual effect.
Well, there is on this thing. It's a contract with the devil.
Okay.
So what do you guys said? If you guys want to take that may be of some value as well. But you may want to do that when Sagramore's not looking.
Yeah, Sagamore is wondering if we should burn it.
I don't think you can. Probably. It is.
Well, we can try.
It's a contract with the devil, right?
I mean, we could try.
Yeah, I think if anything, a contract with the devil is going to be resistant to fire.
Well, we could slash at it with our swords.
I mean, that was my question. Do we want to gather up the contents of these cases? Or are we just going to leave them here?
I mean,
perhaps we need to perform a
to me,
ritual.
it doesn't seem like we should be looting the person who's going to help us, but...
Well, it's not so much looting in that, like, if we have to flee, like, is this stuff valuable or will this help her in any way?
Right. Yeah, I don't know that.
Well, we can't even use... I guess Narwhal might be able to use some of the scrolls.
Do you want to examine it?
Yeah, I mean, the least I can do is examine.
And so these cases, can we open them, or are they just?
I mean, Neorian will need to unlock them for you.
Okay,
but you're able to unlock, whichever ones you want. It's an assortment of rare and unusual scripts. Apart from the 3 spell scrolls and then the Infernal Contract, there's a couple books that are in here as well. It's as you say, like this does seem to be a kind of like prize room of some kind or a gallery. So assuming that apart from this, the spell scrolls, the other things, Saligara, this is probably her property.
Yeah. So does our little rat friend have the keys on him by chance?
He does not. He has nothing else on him. He's just
he's
otherwise just a rat.
A rat man.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's curious though that he was on the cabinet with the Infernal Contract on it though.
Is that curious?
So what do you guys think?
Sure. Sure, I'll be the victim because inevitably this will end poorly.
So you're able to retrieve it, and it's actually a little warm to the touch still. Like like how a piece of paper, when it fresh comes out of a photocopier.
I'm going to use it like a foot warmer.
Yeah. And really, like whatever you do to this, the paper is like nearly pristine.
And you said there's like a big tome, the concordance of something or another.
Yeah. Concordance of Rivals, I think it was called.
Okay. Are there any cases or boxes or
sorry, copies of that? No, this is a display room, so there's nothing else that for lugging stuff along.
Okay. Guess we just roll it all up.
Sagamore, how do you feel about that with everyone stealing from?
I am feeling pretty conflicted. I'm not a big fan of stealing even in the best of times, and
no, we're not stealing it. We're taking it. I'm going to take it outside to the book lady.
Oh, okay. Well, then if you say that, then I'm all right. Like,
yeah, no, I don't.
Okay.
I'm
all right with that.
To this stuff at all. Steve wants to look at any of it before we take it outside.
Well, and maybe I even before grab your wrist, gauntleted fist, and say, "Don't take it." And Larissa can say something like, "We're just taking it outside."
Yeah,
and, yeah.
We're repatriating it.
Excellent. I'm okay with that.
Okay. So what do you guys do now then?
So maybe I'm unclear. So what exactly did she say to us? She wanted us to go and clear this out, go find her rival.
Deal with her in whatever way we saw fit.
Yeah.
Were her words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And our friend the Neg Lady's just going to hang out outside while this is going on.
Well, I guess she either can't or won't deal with whatever's happened.
Okay.
Why do you think she might not be able to do anything?
Because of the other powerful
Oh, she's been banished out of, like, she's obviously been there's some spell that's impeding her going back inside. Like I would
Well, or there's, I mean, we already saw. So, Larissa, you weren't here for this, but we saw that with Mictana, there's some kind of power struggles going on between psychopomps that they seem to use people like us as their proxies rather than going after each other directly. Which so it would be totally in keeping for
so she's one of the
Saligara.
Yeah. Okay.
To basically need a patsy to do her dirty work because they don't do it themselves.
Right.
Another possibility is that there could be some like super powerful magical artifact further in, and that's what the assistant is drawing power from. And since Saligar is outside, she can't draw power from it. And so we might be back in the wrong side here. But
that'll never happen.
Yeah, it's been such an uneventful trip so far.
Yeah, I know. Because that's way too predictable, right?
So what are you guys doing then?
I think we go
we're
back
going outside to talk to her about the demon contract.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. Yeah, move you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll assume the group is Sagamore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than struggle with putting ourselves back.
No, I moved.
So Saligara is waiting out there again, and she looks up with that same kind of, displeased look on her face.
All done.
And she says, Mrs. Pettypalp is still in control. You're not done yet, and you seem more bloodied than when you went in.
Well, we recovered some of your artifacts, just in case. Maybe these will assist you in some way.
Oh. Those are part of our permanent collection, though. Wait, you.
Yes.
The dirty one. She's looking at you, Nargle.
Oh.
Yes.
You are a mage of some sort. A spellcaster.
His name is Tim. Could burn you.
They call me Tim. Yes,
Well,
I wield magic.
If you are capable of using them, you may feel free to use those spell scrolls. They were
Thank you.
otherwise used as an example. Otherwise, yes.
You know what this is, right? And Sagamore pointing to the contract.
Yes, of course. It's a fine copy of an infernal contract. You weren't planning on entering into one, were you?
And Sagamore is just speechless. He's kind of stunned that somebody would make a deal with the devil at all. And especially that you would keep it as an artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just seems like, of course
Yeah.
you would keep it. Like, what's wrong
Yeah,
with
she's fine with
Yeah.
it. And Sagamore, really?
it?
What?
And you? She's looking at Neorian.
Yep.
You seem to have found some of Pettypalp's spawn.
These are her children.
Allies.
Horrible little things.
Wait till you meet Mrs. Pettypalp.
So what can you tell us about her?
Well, she was for several years now my research assistant. I brought her over from the Dimension of Dreams originally, just to interview her about her experiences, but she seemed like a perfectly acceptable housekeeper, so I kept her on. This little incident certainly tarnishes my opinion of her. I will not be providing her with a letter of recommendation.
So is she one of your kind?
No, she is from from elsewhere.
What type of abilities does she possess?
Clearly, if I knew that, I would have prevented this from happening.
Well, okay, so what abilities has she used that you're aware of? You do want us to succeed, don't you?
she clearly has power over the Dream Gate, much more so than I had expected. And she seems to have been been clever enough to bring her own allies over.
Okay.
And she seems to be working changes to the scriptorium. As to what those are, I could not tell you.
So there's a dream gate inside the scriptorium?
Yes.
What is the Dream Gate?
She looks at you like, you're like, are you kidding?
It's been a long week. It'd be nice to just have a straight answer.
It is a gate to the realm of dreams.
And that's
the
it?
extent of what she says.
Okay.
She's pretty clear that like you won't. She assumes you won't understand any of the more complex nuances to it, and doesn't even offer to explain any of that stuff.
All right. And it gives Mrs. Pettypalp power somehow?
If she's bringing allies in, then yes. She came from that realm of dreams. No doubt she had allies there that I was not aware of. And she kind of looks down at the fallen wormwood. It appears that she has no further use for my staff.
They're like
Where am I going to...
antidote of nightmares or some anti-anxiety pills that we could take to avoid suffering from the weird illusions?
Not that I'm aware of. But
Has she banished you from the tower or from the building?
No.
Well, then why don't you go in and deal with it?
I cannot.
What do you mean you cannot?
With her in place, then she was placed there by McTana. If she is gone. Oh, now you are figuring things out?
It's taken a while. Like I said, it's been a rough week.
Yeah. We're not scholars. We hit things with swords for a living.
Well, some of us are sort of scholars, but
are you?
Never mind that. I used to be in a previous life.
But just don't worry about that.
But yeah, suddenly things are starting to become clear. So, Saligara, I want to say this in the nicest way possible, but why shouldn't we just go in there and try to get the stamp from her?
You're free to try. She seems to be, and she kind of looks over each of your injuries, a most welcoming host so far.
Well, wasn't she put in power because
of McTana?
Right.
Yeah, and McTana doesn't exactly like us, but I don't say that part out loud.
Yeah. She's told you that she didn't agree with what McTana was doing. She thought it was emotional, but she's her superior. Mm-hmm. So long as Mrs. Pettypalp is in control and has been put in control by McTana, she will do McTana's bidding.
Is there a way to send a message to Mrs. Pettypalp? To get in contact with her?
She is not the most welcoming of hosts. You're welcome to try.
Yeah, I gathered that from the spiders.
She offers much worse.
Yeah. All right. Is there a place nearby that we could stay to rest up, to get ready to go back in it?
She looks at you. These are the Boneyard.
You've dealt with adventures before, right? We, have to recover from our exertions.
That's getting a little metagamey.
Oh, sorry. It would be really helpful if we could make a base camp.
Put yourself in the shoes of your characters. Remember, you took that full rest before when you were in Roslar's tomb, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, but we rested in Roslar's coffer, and it was okay.
You did, yeah.
So I guess What I'm trying to ask is if this is going to be a long-term like clearing process, we should set up a base camp somewhere.
If you wish, the time with her having access to the gate is not a friend of yours. McTana will not wait forever to come collect her due. But, as you say, you are the scholars who swing swords. I trust you know what is best.
Okay. Nargle, you got any ideas?
Hmm.
Well, didn't we go in there?
What's that?
Is this building as well multiple floors?
It does.
Oh,
Well, the tower. The tower has 3 floors.
And she's at the top of the tower?
I don't know where she is.
Well, that's probably
Had to
pretty
guess.
close. Is the gate at the top of the tower?
The gate is at the top of the tower.
Okay.
that's probably what we need to know.
Yep.
Oh well, we'll just keep going, trudging along until. I'm guessing we get a rest when we're done.
Well, I'm just thinking, kind of, to pull back a little bit. We're running out of resources, long term. We can't keep up the fight forever. So, what do we want to?
I will tell you guys too, I've made no adjustments apart from making appropriate stats from this too. This is not, don't assume that it's going to be like, well, I'll play through to a certain point and then it'll be fair.
Yeah.
I've intentionally made it so it's not like a standard Pathfinder.
So, yeah. So one idea is we could go back to Roslar's coffer, use that as our kind of base camp because we know that that's safe enough. And we don't even have to do Salagara's scriptorium the first, right? It's one of 3 that we have to deal with. We could just go to one of the other places and see if we can.
You would expect that each of them will be as equally as involved.
Well, one of them is supposed to be puzzles, and puzzles sound less dangerous than this.
Until you fail the puzzle and there's a consequence.
We already succeeded at one puzzle.
One of the things, so you guys came into Salagara's scriptorium with certain assumptions about what to expect there.
How
did that pan out?
It changed a lot.
So the other thing is, I'm guessing we finish, like we clear out this tower, and it will become a haven, like the town became a haven when we cleared out the Boneyard.
Nargle, remember how you said that I told you that the fairies were not native to here, and that those bone bugs likewise did not seem native to here?
Right.
What's inside this building?
The gate.
It's a gate.
Yeah.
Like a stargate.
MacGyver come out. So what do you guys think?
Well, I mean, we're not.
This could be the center point of all the trouble. So it might be easier for us to clear out some of the lesser trouble before we tackle the most dangerous place in the whole place.
I don't know. I don't think we've really run into anything that we put ourselves in that situation by going into the narrow hallway and creating the problem of where we had to fight them, right? So I think
but what I'm getting at is what it sounds like is potentially this gate where the stuff is coming through is the point that's corrupting this whole place.
Perhaps, but like she just said, the longer you leave it, the more stuff will come through the gate.
What
so the
corruption do you mean?
The fairies that have taken over
that was an early mishap with the gate. I accessed the first world rather than the land of dreams. It was a miscalibration.
And the bone bugs?
The bone bugs.
So when we were in the crypt originally, all the creatures, the dead creatures, had these like symbiotes living inside.
Oh, yes. Those were a mishap as well.
any more mishaps you'd like to enlighten us upon that we might perhaps
None that remain.
Okay.
Okay. I have some questions about Nine Eves Manor and Kishokish.
What do you wish to know about? I don't know Kishokish very well.
What is Nine Eves Manor, and what can we expect there?
It's his home.
Okay. Do you know anything about him?
He is a Shoki psychopomp. I know that. And I know that he is quite annoying with his love of puzzles and games.
Must run in the family.
We are not related.
Why did you think I was talking about you, Salagara? I like you. Anyway.
She's still looking at you like,
Yep.
Humor is, Yep.
No, okay, well, so I'm thinking if we can kind of huddle up and have a conversation. Salagara, would you give us a moment to discuss business?
Of course. Slides away.
All right, let's huddle up, guys. I'm thinking this is like ground zero for all the bad stuff, and we should come back to it.
I respectfully disagree.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think we've seen anything to lead us believe that anything here is any more powerful than anything else that we've fought so far.
Okay.
And the sooner we deal with...
would disagree. This is the only place where I've been on death's door.
Well...
Are you guys not past death's door?
Quite dangerous to me.
I'm just like, the sooner we deal with this gate, the better off we'll be. I don't think it'll matter when or where, and I think we're just spinning our wheels at the moment. We should just get in there and work our way through and see what's there. If we have to retreat, right? I think both Sagamore and myself are still relatively well, but I think we still have a fair number of hit points. But
I'm worried that we don't have enough resources to make it all the way to the end. And that therefore what we're going to end up doing is, especially, I don't want to get caught like in the middle, right? Partial way through it and realize
we do have a scroll of fireball now.
We do have a scroll of fireball. Nargul, do you have any?
It's a 3rd level spell. It's going to be a crapshoot for it to go off.
Okay.
Just as an FYI. Because it's a high level spell. It's on his spell list. What's that, Steve?
So it's on whose spell list?
Well, it's Scroll of Fireball is a 3rd level spell. You're only capable of casting 2nd, which means that there's a chance that it'll work for you.
Right.
There's also a chance that it won't go off.
But I'm just saying, so as we've gone in here, we've discovered more resources. Perhaps there's more resources that we can bring to bear by further exploring the tower. Just like we found potions of healing when we were inside the crypt, perhaps there are other things that will refresh us, right? If the expectation is, okay, let's just step outside of the game here for a second. If the expectation is for us to go through here, right, then I don't think it matters in the order in which we do it.
I respectfully disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think it. Okay, but if we're voting,
let me just make sure. Hold on, guys. Before we're putting it to a vote. I'm not sure you guys asked when those fairies came out.
Oh yeah, we should ask that.
Yeah, this is years ago. The process of building the Dream Gate has been something that Salagara has been working on for years.
Right. And similar with the Bone Bug guys, right?
Yeah, this is not something that happened a week ago and now everything's all screwed up.
Yeah.
This is in a distant past. And Nargul can tell you that this sometimes happens, right? Especially amongst the when you're traveling, beyond the mortal world. There's just sometimes crossover. And from what
it is a great nuisance.
Umble and Thoot had said, or at least what they're describing, if that castle is in the control of the Tooth Fairies, that means they've been there long enough to be able to secure that place and make it their own and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. So this is just this is a lived-in world that they've set up. Like, just again, like talking in a meta context here, this is just evidence of a lived-in world. It's not necessarily that this happened yesterday and this is,
Not an open wound that is
exactly.
Yeah.
This is just, and this is one of the reasons why I think Ron Lundin does a great fucking job in this module, is just that, like, it gives it a real, like, this place has some history to it that, is palpable. And there's a reason for why you've got these, bizarre things here. But the most immediate change appears to be that when the change of hands came, when McTana put Mrs. Pettypalp in charge of that gate rather than Salagara.
And when did that happen? Can we ask Salagara?
Well, seems to have happened pretty soon, because Umble and Thoot they thought that Salagara was in charge here.
Okay, so recently.
And McTana knew about you guys.
Yeah.
Right. And she spoke to Salagara about you guys and wanted Salagara to help get you guys. She said, well, no, that doesn't make sense. You're being emotional. So she fired Salagara and put Mrs. Pettypalp in instead.
Yeah.
And now we're in this situation. So time is a difficult thing to track in here, but all the events that seem to have been throwing things into chaos is seemingly related to you guys, actually, or to whatever happened to Roslar's coffer, not to, not to the, because of the fairies or the bone bugs or whatever. Does that help kind of situate when time?
Yeah, that's good.
The situation came.
Like, there's a sanctuary attached to each of these areas.
Well, okay, so guys, like, you could just sleep out here. You could just take time and rest out here if you want. You don't know whether, it was something about the tomb. You don't know what you know so far about the Boneyard is that you were able to sleep and successfully rest when you were in Roslar's coffer, and you knew that you were not able to get the benefit of a rest when you were in Roslar's tomb.
Yeah. So we could try sleeping here, although I guess it'd be random encounters walking or random encounters while resting.
Things do seem to be kind of shaken up in the Boneyard right now. Yeah.
So what I wrote down is that Salagara's scriptorium is only 3 hours from the Nine Eves Manor.
Right.
So if we're putting it to a vote, Sagarmore's vote is that we go to Nine Eves Manor and see what's up with that. And worst case scenario, we just walk back and try to deal with this if it turns out that what's going on at the manor is something awful. But I think that trying to deal with the Dream Gate and Mrs. Pettypalp is a later stage problem. That's my vote.
Right.
What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I've already said how I feel. I think.
No, I get that. Yeah. No.
Steve, what do you think? You think it's best to push on here? Hey, Sean's in chat. Hey, Sean.
Yes, let us for John.
For John in here? Is that what you said, Steve?
Yes. That sounds good.
And Neorian, what are you thinking? What's going through your mind? Like, what's making the pros and cons between the two? Jeff?
Well, I mean, Neorian is scared. Do I have my thing, Mike? No.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I can hear you.
Like, if those were her little underlings, they killed Neorian extremely quickly. He does not think that he can fight this Mrs. Pettigrew or whatever the heck her name is without a better plan than just charge in. So
I feel like we're going to find things in here that are going to assist us as we clear out the keep.
Well, there are stores. Pettypop can, or Mrs. Salagara can tell you that there are stores, of course, in the scriptorium, but I don't know what the status of them are.
But what sort of things are in them, or were in them when you were in charge?
That was largely for the staff to manage. And she looks down at the broken weirwood.
So the weirwood, are they sided with the new leader?
I don't know. They were another unfortunate arrival, but they were these wooden creatures proved to be very good staff.
So we might get them we might be able to find more of them and turn them against Mrs. Pettigrew. Pettypalp, right? Yeah. So I don't think we are at the point. We all have a fair number of hit points. I don't think we're at the point where we need to turn back. If we feel like we're in over our head, and I don't think we've run into that yet. So I think we just go and see what leads, like what's before us, and go as far as we can. And then if we do and we need to take a rest, we can come out here, try to rest. If it doesn't work, then we can make a decision.
Neorian, what do you think went wrong that last time? It's clear that that thing did not see you. It's when Sagamore was like, "Evil!" and did this thing, and then that seemed to trigger it. And you were like, "What the fuck?" And then suddenly the spiders were on
where we chose to fight them, where we couldn't all bring to bear on them at one time. And so fighting in a narrow hallway is great when we're fighting defensively, but when we're trying to attack something, it's a terrible.
Well, but even
right,
if we had
that's why Neorian was saying that he's fine if we continue on here, but we need more of a plan than just I don't know, see what happens. Is all he's trying to say. Like when we were just seeing what happens, we're running into nightmares and they're getting the better of us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the rat guy was particularly challenging, and we managed to get quite a bit from him.
Mm.
I mean, I'm noticeably impatient.
Yeah. No, right. That's
right. She wants to go.
Yeah. You're a berserker. We get that.
Yeah. So this whole
I play a berserker too. I know how it is.
She just wants to get in there and smash some stuff. And
also, I mean, you guys, the sooner you get this thing done, the sooner you're a step closer to returning to the mortal world.
It's fine. Yeah. He says he'll go back in, but you walk in front of me, Larissa.
I will if you don't run down the hallway on me.
Yeah. All right.
I give him a thumbs up.
I will. I said my piece, but I'm agreeing with the majority. Let's do it.
Okay, so in we go. We'll go back into the room where we found the spiders.
Salagara looks over from a slight distance and says, "You've decided then?"
Yeah, I don't even know that's worth responding to her. But I guess we better
just wave.
Nice. I give her a smile. I go, off we go. And as we all round the door and head back into the...
As you're going away, you can hear her muttering, looking down at the pile of books and scrolls. "Well, I suppose I will deal with this then." Okay. So go ahead and position yourselves back in there, guys.
I have to find my way through the weave of hallways here.
Okay. Now, careful. Sagamore's going way ahead on his own here.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were going into the spider room.
Yeah, that's where I headed back.
You're going to meet up in the scriptorium? Or the scriptorium, in the... writing room. So yeah,
right.
Let's go through the door to the west. Yeah, Dad, don't do that.
I have to move. Thanks.
Oh, sorry there, Jeff. I was just moving your guy inside.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's
okay. So guys, again, there are all these different, desks in here with flip top lids. There's
sure. Let's look through them.
Okay. So Larissa, you're opening one.
We'll start at the bottom and work our way.
Well, let's start with one.
No, I'm just saying. So we'll start at the bottom, the one beside Neorian, and then we'll open the ones like headed to our left. So we'll look inside that first one, and then we'll go to the next one, and the next one, and the next.
Okay. So you toss that open, and what I need is for, let's see here. Nargle's nowhere. Nargle's fucking hiding. Nice. So then Larissa, I guess, and Sagamore, are you standing next to them as they're looking through the stuff, or are you kind of keeping an eye out?
I am standing kind of in the middle of the room, pacing around.
Okay. So, and again, there are cobwebs that cover this door over here.
Yep.
And then there's another door over here that opens seemingly towards you guys. So then Neorian and Larissa, the door is thrown open, or the lid is thrown open. And I need both of you to make a save versus sorcery. Please.
Is it mind control?
It is not.
If you're raging.
Save versus, sorry, which one, Kev?
Sorcery, please.
Ugh.
Okay. So you throw the lid open, and what you expect to see is obviously the bottom of this thing. You can see the bottom of it there. But when you open it, it is a fathomless darkness. And you
Decent.
can see it drifting and falling away. It seems to go on forever. And you find your attention is fixed on it. And as you stare at it, you can feel smaller and smaller and more inconsequential. Nargol and Sagamore, you guys, I'm assuming at one point you sort of look over and the two of them are standing looking down into this desk with like ashen faced and not moving.
Can I, walking from this direction, close it without looking in?
Yeah, you can kick it.
Yeah. Just kick the desk to come shut.
Niori and Larissa, this thing hits and you're both suddenly... Where the hell were you? You were falling. You feel like you were falling for perhaps 3 days.
But we weren't. I mean, that's what I say. Like, I say, that was the sensation we were falling, but clearly we were not. Just another trick of the mind.
Okay, the thing is that you put yourself in your character's perspective. You've been falling for 3 days straight. That's what your character subjectively experienced.
Sure, but the moment he closes it, I'm back exactly where I was when I opened it.
Right, but that's after 3 days of falling. A perfect transition. It doesn't take it away. It doesn't make it so you don't remember that. So that's the mindset that both of your characters are in.
No, 100%. But I agree. But I'm just saying, like this. Obviously, this place is ensorcelled.
Yeah.
Right?
So she maybe staggers back and like knocks one of the tables out of the way. Well, what do you say? Do you want to search the rest of them?
What the fuck was that? Is what Niorian says.
Yeah. So same thing too. Like this has been now in your mind, Niorian, it's been 4 days. 1 day of nearly getting devoured and poisoned by spiders, and then 3 days of falling through empty black space.
This place is evil. Something is very wrong here.
Well, the laws of reality seem to be bending. The sooner we find this malignant woman and her gate, the sooner we'll be done with this.
I don't think the laws of reality bending is a function of the malignant woman so much as that's the nature of this whole place. I think what you're describing as a bug is a feature.
No, but this was a tutorial, right? Why would there be some sort of abyss inside of a desk?
Well, I don't know, but this place is pretty freaky deaky even without that.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Well, so do these spider webs on the north door, do they look like the webs have been applied from this side on top of a door?
Yeah.
Okay. By obviously our buddy.
Like you're able to push through them, you think?
Yeah, I think we're better off to go through the west door and work our way. We know what the outside of the building roughly looks like too, right? So
you do, yeah.
Yeah, so there's another room at least on this side.
Okay.
So I say we go through this west door. Enough monkey around and desks and yeah.
Yeah, I'm not opening another desk.
Okay. So she stomps over in her typically impatient way and says, "Are we going, Sagamore, or are we just..."
Why don't I open the door for you this time?
Okay. Bam. In I go.
Okay.
Who needs a 10 for pull? You got me.
Okay. You throw the door open.
Yep.
And this is what stands before you.
Oh, the other half of the map.
You're looking directly into that closet where you found the weirwood.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know the mechanic for this, but I clearly don't believe that to be the case.
Okay. So you're stepping in?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, I already went in. Yeah, 100%. In I go.
You are in the closet. in the
Okay.
foyer. And you're looking back, and you can see that Sagamore. You're standing there, looking through that door, and
And
you
I can see the closet inside.
Yeah.
So you know what I do? Take out something. It doesn't really matter what it is of my belongings. Dump it on the floor. Go back out of the door. Go down the hallway. Go back in there and see if my item is sitting in the bottom of the floor.
It is.
Wow.
Okie dokie.
Check the walls to make sure they're all solid.
Yep. It's absolutely the well, actually, you wouldn't be able to walk back, because when you walk through, that door leads right through the doorway, or leads right through to that room. So you're actually not able to walk along there. Because when you open the door, unless you close the door behind you, the doorway, you can't get back out. Like, you're in as far as you can.
So like, he closed the door and looks through the peephole. What does he see?
Well, he hasn't closed the door. What I'm saying is that this door, as far as you can tell, this door opens and it leads directly into here. When you step in there and you look out, you're looking back into the writing room.
So the group isn't behind me.
The group is right through the doorway.
Yeah. Like, we're right there.
Yeah, it's as if the
One-to-one.
doorway.
But what I'm going to suggest is that if you close the door and look through the peephole, what do you actually see through the peephole?
I'll close the door and look through the peephole.
So as soon as you close the door and you look through the peephole, that's when you see here.
Okay.
Do you open the door again?
Sure.
Now you see this hallway, and this door remains closed from you guys. So then you come kind of scampering down the hallway, and they're all kind of like.
And we roll for surprise.
Yeah. Attack!
I sneak up behind the Orion. Bah! Into that man.
I would have sneaked up on the Orion.
Okay. Well, let's cut away the webs then. Actually, do we have any source of fire? Like a tin. We could just light the webs on fire.
You could, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. What does anyone have a source of fire?
Like we have a tinder box or.
I don't. When I made Neorian, it was in a hurry because we were already mid-game, and so I don't know.
Well, you'll have the starting kit from.
So Sagamore has a tinderbox and some torches if we want to light a torch to try to burn.
Sure, that's what we use the tinderbox, light something on fire, and then light the webs on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna light a torch and then hand it to Larissa and let her do that.
Okay. So you take the torch, Larissa. Go ahead and move yourselves over to that door. Do you guys open that door again or not? The other one?
This door?
This one right here?
Was it not still open?
No, because you had to.
No,
when you closed it, you closed it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to open it again and look in and then close it.
Yeah, that's right. We'll reopen it.
You will reopen it, okay?
Yes.
So you open it, and it leads back to that closet again.
Okay.
Is there anything like written over in the door frame or something? No?
No.
Not like a riddle that we're supposed to solve to.
No.
Okay. Well, then let's do the.
One sec here. Steve, would you give me a D6 roll, please? Okay. Okay. One sec here, guys. Neorian.
Yeah.
Are you a gambler?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So you know of an old halfling game, I imagine, that you remember. You don't remember the particulars of how you know this, but it's a trick that's played with a bunch of walnut shells and a single tiny pea. And you can't help but think that this reminds you of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, someone's opening the door and closing the door, and then he opens the door from that end. It lets him out. That's just what it reminds you of. Can't see where it's going.
So
But if
I
you-
have an idea. We could close the door and then try to kick it down and see if the portal stays active.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to close the door and then, booted foot smash into it, try to
Yep.
kick it down.
Give me a test or a feat of strength, please.
All right. A feat of strength. Yes.
Nice. So you hit, and the door goes smashed off of its off of its hinges. And one sec here. What you see is first you see first that room, the same thing you had, and then it kind of shimmers. And what you now see is a room that's about 50 feet by 30 feet, within which is an enormous, some kind of like large machine that has papers and so forth in that. Not sure. I was looking at all the things. I don't think any of you guys would be necessarily familiar. Neorian, maybe. Neorian, give me a D6 roll. What is your intelligence?
16.
Okay. Oh, yeah, maybe. 16. No. So you're not. That's just, and it seems to occupy about a half of the room, too, or a third of the room at least. Big thing in there. Huh.
So I'm going to call over to Larissa. Hey, Larissa, something changed over here.
Okay.
So Larissa, if you're, while this is going on, if you go in and bring the torch over,
Sure.
you pass the torch through the spider webs,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't seem to interact with it at all.
Okay.
So you sort of move back and forth.
Is
Gi-
it an
give
opening
me-
or a door?
Give me a sorcery check, please.
Okay.
And you get your bonus for mind control stuff or mind whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So it's an additional +2 over whatever I roll.
Yeah. Nice. Those spider webs disappear for you.
Okay.
So you walk over, and that's what you see now, is this room with a monstrous contraption of wooden beams and steel plates occupies the far side of this noticeably chilly room. Narrow shelves hold containers of ink, sheets of paper, and boxes with small metal cubes. And each cube appears to bear a single letter. And it looks like there is a hallway to the left that leads out of this room.
That's pretty weird, right? They've got one room for copying by hand and then another with a printing press.
You guys
And
don't know.
you said there's a hallway leading south.
Okay, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, right. I'm a scholar, so I do think I know about copying by hand, and I can tell that that's not what this is. But I don't know that I don't know that this is a printing press.
No, I don't think so. I think that's why I had Neorian, just because he was a little more. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So a hallway that led south out of this room would lead out of the building.
Yeah.
Well, when we saw the outside of the building, that doesn't match up.
Neorian, you keep thinking about shell game.
Yeah, the rooms are moving somehow. Is what he says.
Okay. Well, I tell them what happened with the. So the other, is there an actual door there, Kevin, behind where the webs were when they disappeared?
I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
Is there a door in that?
Yeah,
door?
there's a door up there. It was a door that was covered partially by the webs.
Okay. So when I said the webs, I say to them, when I passed the torch through, nothing happened, but the webs disappeared for me. Though I'm sure you probably all can still see them.
Neorian,
Yeah.
you're looking over, and just because I think because of your vantage, And from where the what do you call it? There are some of those little words that are arranged inside that big contraption to make a word in common. So each of the letters is organized to spell out a phrase. And you're guessing from the operation of this, it's going to go down and then it's going to print this thing on there. And what it says... how do I whisper again?
/W.
Slash whisper and then the person's name.
Oh, what is your Onirian? /W? Is that right?
Yeah, /W. And then
space?
the name. /W space, start the name, and then it'll have a drop down.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
To actually, yeah.
Yeah.
And where is this written, Kev?
It's placed as if like with the little letters, those block metallic letters. It's placed inside that big contraption as if it's going to be printed on those papers.
It's beckoning for me to come closer. Should I approach it?
What does it say?
It says come closer.
And you guys can see that now that, yeah, looking at the angle that he's at, you can see it. And there are the block letters that are within the contraption have been set out to simply say, come closer.
Well, that seems like a bad plan, doing what it tells you.
From the way things have gone around here, I would tend to agree with you.
So, Larissa, so you were going to say something about the door as well, too.
I just told them, I explained the whole procedure, that I passed the torch through, that the webs disappeared for me, that likely they still see the webs, but I just see a door. So
okay. Why don't Nargul, Sagramore, and Neorian, each of you give me a sorcery save. And if you've got anything that gives you a bonus against or for mind-affecting things, you get a +2. Okay. Or you get your whatever your bonus is. You'll get to apply that bonus.
Yeah, the damn fair get an 8 +2, I think, against mind control.
Yeah, so Nargul, give me a sorcery save. No. And Neorian. I think you just you spared a quick look and you can see the spider webs in place and you look back at this thing that's saying come closer and you're like, yeah, no, I don't see them either anymore. So all of you guys can still see it. You don't know what he's or she is talking about. Those spider webs are still there.
Right.
So what are you going to do, guys? Is there a correct decision here?
No.
Nargle's hiding in the corner. You got this, guys.
Exactly.
Well, I'll go into the room with the printing press.
Okay. So you take one step into the room with the printing press.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens on Wednesday. All right.
I definitely won't be here Wednesday after work open till close.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, so Larissa's just going to sort of step through.
Yes, you know, that's even better. So Larissa goes to step in there, and then she fucking fades away. And you're like, what the fuck? Okay, and we'll see what happens on Wednesday. Apparently, this house is eating people now. Okay, let's get out of here and then award some X. Well, first, let's award some XP because whoopsies. Whoa, yep. All right. Quit making noise. Okay, so there was quite a bit. If you guys can put in chat how many points of Astonishing Fortune you have left.
I don't think anyone has any.
We got them all back, right?
We all got one for roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that plan to take down the spiders was good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. You guys face those two things on the road too. Oh, and you got those scrolls as well too. And you guys made some. Actually, you might have got some pretty sweet XP tonight.
Yeah, and think about all the money that scroll, the copy of the demonic scroll was worth. The contract devil.
Well, currently that is not part of your loot because you brought it back and you asked her about it and left it with her. So
Well, it was briefly, and then we get back.
okay, let's see here. Okay, and then our good friend, the ratling. Oh yeah, and the spiders as well too. And those things were nasty, eh? Holy shit!
They're poisonous. I mean, that's so OSR, right?
Yeah,
But the monster isn't, but you fail your saving throw and you just get wrecked.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, but when it's 10 bites around and each one's a saving throw, you're just going to fail.
Yeah, you're just gonna fail some of them. So, and it was what, like 8 or 10 points of poison damage for a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was a first level puncture poison I used, so it's a lot. Yeah. Well, I mean, they had like 2 hit points, so it was like taking them down was a piece of piss.
Yeah, we just couldn't attack fast enough to actually do it.
Okay, that's where you guys need George's go-to spell: sleep.
Yep.
Okay, and then you faced him.
Not OP at all in OSR. Not OP at all.
Oh, the nice thing is you get to use it on players too, though. So I don't mind. And they need to get the spell off as well too. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the spell interrupt, I really like the way that it works for the sort of sword and sorcery feel
Totally.
to it. That it really has that feel to me, because the spells are so dangerous if they get off, but you can Conan it and just run up and whack them with your sword and maybe stay alive.
Yeah, I really like that, especially like as it allows it forces you to make like good tactical decisions in the middle of a fight too, right?
Well, yeah, and that was the whole thing with our trying to fight the spiders, is we had to figure out a way to get Nargle close enough without getting bit.
Yeah. Well, I think like if you guys had done it so that Neorian had gone forward and saw that thing and then came back and told you guys, and then you went forward and do it, it would have been a very different situation, because you would have been taking all those initial spider hits rather than Neorian.
Yeah.
It just worked out that you guys were all pushing forward and kind of got in trap. But it's a good, that's a good lesson.
So, we gambled, which was kind of cool, because we didn't really know whether the spiders could attack again or not. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Spell scroll. Okay, what is the... where are you? There we go. Okay, got it. Got it. What was the 3 spells? Magic Missile was the first one?
Fireball, Magic Missile, and Suggestion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay. So let's see what the total is here.
can I not learn those spells? Can I roll to learn them instead of use them?
Magic Missile you can try and learn. The other 2 are 3rd level spells, so you cannot learn them yet.
Okay. So,
You need to hit the books. You need a training montage.
Maybe all this XP will get you to 5th level.
question.
If you were a rogue, you would already be 9th level, while the rest of the party was 2nd level.
The upside is that those spiders were worth some fucking pretty penny XP, because
They did a lot of damage. They will do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is: did the spider creature seem unaware of us altogether?
when
Well, I think it was unaware of Neorian, and then Sagramore saw it and did the flare of light that comes out when he detects evil, and then it saw us.
yeah. Well, no, it as far as Neorian, well, let me take a look here. Let's see. Neorian, you're going to rack your memory here. Yeah, you're sure you made eye contact with the multiple eyes that this thing had. So if you take a look at, where is he? Where is he? Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Oh, dang.
Looks like a mechanical intercap.
Looks like a bondage ettercap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the what do you call Hot Topic ettercap? It did make eye contact with you. Like you're sure that thing saw you square in the eye, and it wasn't until something else happened that it triggered.
Right.
You know, whether that means it was waiting in the wings. Well, no, I'm sorry. It did not see you. It looked over you though, because you had this paladin who was stomping behind you.
Yeah.
And
But it didn't actually do anything to him until he actually cast a spell on it, right?
Exactly.
So could we maybe even have gotten into the room and got close enough to smoke it before it like burst into a bunch of spiders? And then I guess the bigger question is, when we hit it, would it have then just, if we killed it, would have just turned into spiders anyways?
Just a spider pinata.
It's a spider pinion.
Yeah, this isn't candy. This is terrible. This is the worst pinata ever. Okay, guys.
That's what the dungeons are filled with. Spider pinatas and...
So after your plus 10% XP, guys, this is your new total. You each get 456 XP.
$456.
So close.
Nice. Inching your way up for next level. Cool. Okay, let's get out of get out of here. Boom. And then that can turn back on. Perfect. All right. So for those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us. For Sean, so I'm not sure if you're still there, but Sean, thanks for joining us. And see Robert Wilson. Robert was a retracted message, but I saw you were in chat for a while there too. So howdy. We hope you enjoyed. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can reach me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. My camera's going a little funny there. Bow, whoop. You can also reach me by email at dungeonmusings@gmail.com. If you enjoyed the session as well, too, I'd ask you to think about subscribing to the channel as well. You can click on the subscribe button, and then if you click on the bell icon, you will not miss it when we go live with our sessions on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturday mornings, and Sunday afternoons. And you also may note that there is a link in the description of the video to something called Heroes Save Villages. That's the charity fundraising campaign that we run on the channel. We don't do any monetization of any kind. We don't run ads. We don't run a Patreon. The only thing we ask is that if you do want to throw some money the way of the channel, that instead you just click through to the Heroes Save Villages campaign, which benefits SOS Children's Villages International, really terrific charity that benefits orphan and abandoned children. You can see there's also some rewards that are on there too. So you get to donate money towards a very, very good cause, which is helping children. And you get to do some fun stuff with the games that we run on the channel as well. Last but not least, I want to thank my players. So Arlen, Greg, Jeff, Steve, thanks for exploring Salagara's scriptorium with me tonight. This was a lot of fun. It was quite the... very, very near dangerous and near fatal encounter with spiders. My God.
Yeah, it was a good thing I wrote down that health potion. We would have been out of luck.
It's funny because I was actually thinking as it was going through this, I'm like, I now love using spiders because I think you guys are terrified of those little things.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Horrible, agreed. All right. So then until next time, folks, for those listening at home, we'll be back again with this campaign on Wednesday. And until then, happy gaming.